That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Welcome back to the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast, the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is episode 21. Oh, hell yeah! That's the name of the episode.
That was good.
And we're covering February through March of 1998. And I bounced around with the name of this title. We went from Oh, hell yeah, The Hostage. We settled on Oh, hell yeah. So I'm just going to stick with that. I'm Mike Prue, along with JV, my wrestling pal. JV, how you doing?
Doing well. Got my shoveling out of the way. The shitty-ass snowstorm we got. Welcome to winter.
Yeah. I got that done. Pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had my headphones in, listened to another wrestling podcast. I guess I'll give them a shout-out. Our Vantage Point podcast. We don't regularly give them a shout out, but that's what I was listening to. They were doing a review of WrestleMania 1.
Damn.
But you can only listen to that if you're a Patreon member and you pay $5 a month, which I do because they're a great podcast. They put out great content.
And you're rich.
Yeah, right. But I'm rich for my wrestling content. I give money to wrestling. That's very good.
We all have our vices. That's not a bad one.
Yeah. So, anyway, last week we talked about what the hell we're going to talk about since the Patriots won the Super Bowl and sports are over. Well, I guess that's the first thing we start with. The shoveling in our winter misery
Shitty-ass
of New England. Hopefully this is it, because I'm hoping for the school year to end on time, on June 12th. I want to be done with work. That would be sweet. And for most of you listeners, probably, go fuck yourself. You can work all summer, because that's what I do. But, hey, this is what I do. This is what I chose to do. This is what I chose to get paid. So I want June 12th off.
Yeah, and contrary to popular belief, it's not a 9-to-5 job at all.
No.
I'm not a teacher, Bob.
No. Yeah.
I get it.
I'm not a teacher. Yeah. Hey, I'm not a teacher.
Hey, you can't talk to me like that. I'm a teacher. Love that line. That's from Pineapple Express, for those of you out there that might not have got that reference.
Yeah. But yeah, 9 to 5. It's not that. 6.
Yeah.
How about 6 to 2? 6 to 2 is actually better though. It's like if you get your ass up early, you can be done with work at 2 o'clock, 2:30.
But you got a lesson plan. You got to do paper.
Right.
It's like you got shit you're doing after school. It's not like I'm sure you're out the door too. Like my brother's a teacher, and he's always up late doing shit for school and all that.
Oh yeah. I mean, the longer you teach, the more you got it down, but still.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway. So I guess that was our banter for this week.
We hit up the weather and our boring-ass careers. There you go. I won't even get into my career.
I won't talk about the weather.
Yeah, you guys don't need to hear about my career.
Teaching career. But what I did want to actually bring up is that yesterday, on Monday, which those that listen closely know that that's our recording day, is Monday nights. We set to record on Monday, and I had a hell of a time getting the girls to bed last night. And JV said, "Oh, we can do it tomorrow. Let's do Tuesday." I was like, "Hey, we gotta put the episode out on Wednesday. You gonna have enough time to get the shit ready to go?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess I'll stay up late." It's already pretty late while we're doing this right now, so.
It's not too
Thank
bad.
JV for putting this shit together for you guys. Definitely have to say. Thank you, JV.
Well, the alternative was we record late, and then my girlfriend comes home with her friends, and they crash our podcast. So.
Right. They're running. Yeah. You gotta run in. Like, what are you geeks doing? What are you nerds doing? You fucking losers. Get out. Come on, wrestling. Why don't you come out here and party? Smoke some weed.
Yeah. And you know, Jess would definitely take the opportunity to crash it if she could. So.
Like, hey, Pro, what the fuck you doing over here? What's your kid? Alright, so, whatever. We got work to do here. We want to bring you episode 21. 21.
Deuce
Prior
one.
to this episode, maybe... No, opposite of that, right? Yeah, this one. Deuce uno. Deuce one would only make sense to nobody in the world, but the people from Fall River, Massachusetts in the year 2000.
Yeah.
Deuce one. Now thinking back, that didn't even make any sense. Deuce one. What the fuck's that? Deuce one.
Two in the pink,
Do
one
they
in the
not
stink.
know Uno?
Oh, yeah.
But do they not know that Uno was a thing?
Probably not.
Deuce uno. No, because they're dumbasses.
Yeah, we were in a vocational school, so.
Hey, I try to give that school respect now. Like, hey.
Oh, I do too. I love diving, but
Yeah.
it just, that's the excuse I'm going with. We didn't have language.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's get going here. Thank you guys for joining back here with the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. Episode 21. We're going to continue where we left off. We're still on the road to WrestleMania. We're like dragging this road out. This is like the longest road ever.
We should have went left and we took a right. Yeah.
We had a Royal Rumble. Austin won the Royal Rumble. Then he had his Mike Tyson incident. And now here we are continuing on into February. And guess what? We're not going to leave you to WrestleMania. We're going to leave you hanging again by the end of this episode.
Wow.
Because it's a long-ass time from the last pay-per-view, No Way Out, up until WrestleMania. 6 weeks. 6 weeks of Raws. And when JB and I were talking about putting the show together, we're like, we can't do 6 episodes of Raw. We'll talk forever, especially with our side note discussion now. And if you guys hate the side note discussion, say something, because we'll cut it down. We need to. But we like doing it because we haven't watched this shit in a long time. And you guys probably haven't watched it in a long time, so I figure most people would enjoy the little side note information. But if you hate it, tell us to shut the fuck up about it, and we'll move on. But we're covering it now. So here we are. We left off. It was No Way Out. It was a crazy match, a hardcore match. We had what JV loves, Chainsaw Charlie, Cactus Jack, running amok, basically against the New Age Outlaws. Then a little bit of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Barely anything of Triple H, who's just nursing an injury, hanging out ringside. And you had Savio Vega putting yeoman's work in a spot that everyone probably shit on, but looking back at it, it's like, well, he probably did a better job than Shawn Michaels would have done because Shawn Michaels was injured too.
Yep.
So, good job for Savio Vega stepping up. Always stepping up. That's what they rely on, I guess. The Puerto Ricans to come in and save the day.
Los Baricuas.
So,
if they're not paying them off to do hits on other wrestlers, then they're filling in for hurt wrestlers.
Yeah, when China hired him to get locked up in the door. So this brings us now to Raw 247 on the network. It says it's a February 16th, 1998 episode, but it's not actually because it was a Raw Saturday night special that actually aired on February 21st. Texas. So it got preempted. JV, what do you think it was preempted for?
President's Day or Dog Show.
A fucking dog show.
Was it the dog show?
Of course. Yeah.
I hated that.
Westminster. Every
Westminster
February.
dog show.
Yeah, my childhood. Dog show every February. It's like, why did it stick out so much? Like, I wanted Raw, and he took it away from me for 1 week. It's a dog show all the time.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I'm glad that's gone.
Well, it's not gone. It's somewhere else, I'm sure, on one of the other 1,000 channels that came about since 1998.
Yeah, one of the channels I pay for that I never watch.
Yep, I didn't have to pay for.
I'd rather take the 25 cents back. Whatever the fuck amount of my cable bill goes to these useless channels, I'd rather just have, even if it's pennies, just give it back. Because I'm not going to watch this shit.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I should be able to click on channels and say 25 cents back or something.
Yeah, refund account.
Right. It's either a check or an X, and if I put X, it goes 25 cents back into my account. Yeah. Go on, I'll get that channel.
I'll fucking take it.
Yeah. Let us have our options. I guess we do have our options. There are many options out there. But ultimately, you don't have options because your cable system gives you the internet.
Yeah, usually. Really. Yep. Around here, at least.
Right, in Massachusetts. And I've looked at it. You pay for the cable along with the internet. It's a better deal than getting the internet with your cable and then trying to find other stations and apps to buy to get whatever you want. I mean, you got to be like really bare bone kind of guy or woman to just say, "Oh, I'm gonna have Netflix and that's it," and pay for cable.
Yep.
Like, no, I need my fucking options. That's me anyway.
No, I hear you. That's why I haven't.
So I guess I'm a glutton for punishment, and I'm just gonna keep paying for it because there's not a better deal out there for me. I don't want to miss out on anything.
Yeah, I watch too much shit, so.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Screw you, Comcast.
Back to wrestling. So we just got into this opening of this Raw Saturday night, 247. And we're going to hit you up with an Austin promo right now. He's going to talk for a few minutes, so take a listen, and then we'll get back to it right after that.
Got one question for you. Why in the world did you give China the Stone Cold Stunner in Houston?
Well, hell, we might as well make this real simple, Jim. You know from first-hand experience, when you step through these ropes, your ass belongs to me. If you never watched the show before, my name is Stone Cold Steve Austin. And if you have watched the show before, give me a hell yeah. Trying to find out firsthand what I've been saying all along. Don't mess with Stone Cold. I don't know whether you're plain stupid or you ought to buy you a couple of hearing aids and strap them to your head. As far as I'm concerned, you're lucky I was in such a good mood. The absence of Shawn Michaels doesn't concern me one bit because, Shawn, I know you're at your house doing push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, whatever you gotta do, get on some stupid machine to get your ass ready for WrestleMania 14. At the Boston Fleet Center, son, I'll tell you this, when best meets best, when Stone Cold meets the Heartbreak Kid, I want you to be at your best because an ass whipping is always the same, no matter how good a shape you're in. As far as Mike Tyson is concerned, you're hired on to be the enforcer. So that's exactly what you'll be as long as you do what you're supposed to do. You stick your little nose in my business, and it's like I said before, I'll take that gold tooth, knock it out of your head, and I'll make a necklace, a bracelet, a ring, whatever I want to make out of it. WrestleMania 14, March 29th. Austin, Michaels, Tyson, the shit's on, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Okay, so there you have it. Earlier in the night, JR had brought up that DX was planning to sue Stone Cold Steve Austin because at No Way Out, he stunned China. So that's where we left off last week, that he gave that nice stunt at the China. She was trying to be a little badass, pushing the guy in the ring, like, oh, what are you going to do to me? I'm a woman. What are you going to do to me? I'm a woman. He's like, fuck this shit. Kick her in the gut, stun her ass. Bam! And now he's going to get sued for emotional distress. Now, before we continue on with this, I just recently watched a video that's like a year old. And it's at like a bike park or some kind of park. I don't know where the fuck it was. But there was like a 10-year-old boy who's like fronting on an adult. An adult was like, he was the park manager. And he's trying to get this boy, he's trying to call the cops or whatever, somebody, to get this kid out of here with his punks because they were like throwing rocks and shit in the park. Bunch of stuff. Causing chaos. And all the adults knew it. They were recording the kid like throughout the whole day. And he's like standing in front of the kid, standing in front of the park manager. Do something to me. Do something to me. Do something to me. Whatever. And the guy's like on his phone. Like, dude, move. Kid, move. Get out of my way. He just keeps pushing through. He's pushing through. And the kid finally just starts punching the adult.
What?
Punching the adult, yep. It's punching the adult in the arm. Again and again. And the adult at first is like laughing, like, oh, you're hurting me, oh. Then he's getting fed up because then the kid keeps punching. So he grabbed him by the throat and tossed his ass down. So it became a whole big uproar online, like the adult threw a kid down. And the kid, when he got thrown down, he was crying like a little bitch.
Of course.
And right, of course. And then he's screaming obscenities like crazy about how he's thrown down and this is child abuse and blah blah blah. And then a woman is trying to like help the kid out and say like, oh, your attitude is not necessary. You shouldn't be saying stuff like that. And he calls her a fucking whore.
Jeez, this kid's got some serious issues. Damn.
Huge issues. And that's how it ends. Like, you got some problems, kid, and then the video shuts off. Just, like, from watching this episode with China getting stunned, then that's where I'm correlating it. It's like, yeah, it's not, you shouldn't do that to a woman, and you shouldn't do that to a kid. But sometimes you need to know not to fuck with people.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you deserve it. It's like, all right, you've lost that card. You've lost that card of being a child, and you lost that card of being a woman when you start, egging people on and just keep poking the bear. You keep messing with the bull, you're gonna get the horns.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's not to say that we would want to be in that position to do something like that, but what the fuck you think's gonna happen sometime?
Yeah.
Just because there's laws doesn't make laws moral.
Right, exactly.
Or make them proper. Something that's okay today is not okay 20 years from now. Or something that's okay today wasn't okay 20 years from now, 20 years ago. So laws are subjective. They're based on people that are just elected to make rules and laws. So some people need to get off their moral high grounds when they're looking at things they see on YouTube or see on TV. So anyway, that's something that kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, it pissed me off listening to it.
You're related to China getting stunned. Don't fucking push Stone Cold Steve Austin and peg him off. You're going to get stunned. So fuck off.
Fucking picking on a time bomb in Stone Cold. Like, what are you thinking? And you got arms
and
bigger than
that's
he
all
does.
scripted.
Yeah.
I get that's all scripted. But that kid should have seen what was coming.
Yeah, like, come on, man. And it's his parents' fault. Period.
Yeah. So I looked further into it, too, because I was wondering about the parent. Yeah. Then the parent was, like, all, like, apologetic when they met at the park. But then later, on Facebook, posted the video and posted the park manager's name and address and everything. Try to get heat on him.
What a bitch.
So, fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Let's move on.
I hate this kid.
I don't even know his name either.
Yeah.
Well, look it up.
Yeah, I am.
Adult pushing kid. Something like that. And he's like the biggest jerk off ever.
I would have choke slammed him, little bastard.
That's basically what happened to him. All right, so let's move on here. So we have Austin choke slamming, not choke slamming, but JR interviewing. Said, "Oh, why did you give China the Stone Cold Stunner?" I love this. I love this part. When you step through these ropes, your ass belongs to me. Again, this goes with the logic that I just described in this shitty YouTube video. But Austin brings Ross over to the ropes. He's moving the ropes, just shaking them. Like, see these ropes right here? You don't belong in here. If you come in here, you're going to get your ass beat. So if you want to come in here like you're a man, like you're a wrestler, well, you're going to get fucking stunned.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
You want to act like a wrestler, you're going to get treated like one, period.
Yep. And that was new at the time because you didn't really see that with females.
Nope.
So that was revolutionary. Sometimes I forget about that with China. Because I remember thinking back to China when I was not a child, but a teenager, and thinking, she sucks. But now looking back, it's like, wow, she was kind of revolutionary in the fact that she did get involved with the men more so than most people. Like, actually stepping up to them.
Yeah, and she was convincing, like, whoa, she might, like, kick their ass. Whereas if, like, Miss Elizabeth or Sunny or Marlena was stepping up to women, to male wrestlers, it was like, yeah, whatever. But when China
right, like if
up,
Sunny did it, if Sunny did it, she might slap the guy in the face, but then she'd run away because she knows she can't compete. But China would slap a guy in the face and be like, what? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I ain't moving. I'm not
kind of like the 10-year-old dickhead that I was just talking about. Hey, what are you going to do? I'm 10. You going to hit me? Yeah, I guess so. What am I going to do? I got to protect myself.
Yeah, you can't hide behind that safety blanket anymore. Correct.
And then Stone Cold Steve Austin goes on to cut a hell of a little piece of promo that you heard. If you never watched the show before, my name is Stone Cold Steve Austin. And if you have watched the show before, give me a hell yeah.
Yeah, and
I love that.
Loud hell yeah from the crowd.
Oh, definitely. And this is so perfect, and it's so good for him to point that out because this is the time when a lot of new viewers will be tuning into the show.
Yep.
Because of all the hype with Mike Tyson and Steve Austin.
Yep.
So, like, who the fuck's this Steve Austin guy that Mike Tyson's involved with? So, Austin's going out there on the main stage and saying, I'm fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's who's getting all the attention here.
I'm the main attraction.
Right. You're hearing about Tyson. Well, Tyson's messing with me. I'm running this show. So that was perfect for him to do that. Put that out there.
You're in my yard.
Yep.
But one point, one comment he makes I liked is like, I don't know if you're stupid or need to buy a couple of hearing aids and wrap them around your head. I thought that was a great line.
And then he continues on now to Shawn Michaels after that. It's like, all right, let me move on to who I'm going up against at WrestleMania. It's like, I know the absence of Shawn Michaels doesn't concern me much. I know that he's at home. He's doing his push-ups. He's doing his sit-ups. You're getting your ass ready for WrestleMania 14. When the best meets the best. And an ass-whooping is always an ass-whooping. Is the same no matter how good of shape you're in. So he's like, yeah, you can do all your sit-ups, you can do your push-ups, but you're still going to get your ass kicked. You're done. Just another cool little line. Doesn't matter how good of a shape you're in, you can still get your ass kicked.
Yep.
So anything got left on that little promo there?
Oh yeah, you missed one of the best parts. Tyson.
Yeah, it was like, it's a continuation from last week where Stone Cuteless. But he continues that, and I didn't realize that because last week I was like, oh, that's That's cool. I missed that. I feel like that's underrated. Like, nobody talks about that. That's a fucking damn good line. And he brings it up again. Hey, you stick your little nose in my business. Like I said before, I'll knock your gold tooth out and make it into a necklace. Or I'll make it into a bracelet. I'll make it into a ring. I'll make it into whatever I want. Like, oh, shit, I didn't realize that. And I was watching religiously at that point, week by week, but, you know, what can I say? It's years ago. I can't remember everything.
Yeah, I mean, 20 years ago, man.
So, he ends it and said, shit's on, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. After the audio clip that we played, Stone Cold grabs JR's hat, he puts it on, he stands on the announce booth, he gives the double birds to everybody, and the crowd's popping off.
Yeah,
so,
they love
fucking awesome segment. Yeah. And everybody loves it. Like, yeah, fuck you, yeah, baby.
Fuck me, man, yeah.
So definitely a good segment there from the Raw Saturday Night 247 from whatever date that was.
Yeah.
February 16th or February 21st. Whenever it aired, you get kind of revisionist history on WWE Network with a few of these episodes. But they say it was a Monday night, but it was actually a Saturday night because the 16th is a Monday night. But it's called Raw Saturday Night, so it had to be aired on the 21st, which is the Saturday. Because I looked at time to look at my calendar to see when the hell this episode would have been. That brings us now to the side notes. And for side notes, I don't know if you noticed, JV, but I kind of ranked them. I ranked them like from the best to the worst.
Yeah, they're not in chronological order.
Oh. I don't know what you think about that, but
no, I like it because, I mean, obviously anything with The Rock, which you obviously have at the top, is usually the second best thing on the show at this point.
Yeah. And I figure sometimes we can't cover everything. Just in case, like I said at the top of the show, some people might be sick of the side notes.
Yep.
So again, if you're sick of the side notes, just let us know. Then we won't talk about them. But for now, we'll cover them. So the first one is The Rock and Farouk, and it's the portrait segment. So The Rock's going to show up. He's going to give his appreciation to the nation, clear a few things up because they've been having struggles for a long time, as we've talked about and we've covered on these side notes. The Rock says, regardless of what happened, The Rock is still your IC champion. Even though The Rock did tap out at No Way Out.
Yep.
So he did tap out. He lost. But he's got the title. So Farouk is pissed with all this hype The Rock is giving. And The Rock comes out, he's going to give gifts. So he gives 3 gold Rolex watches to Kama, D'Lo, and Mark Henry. But Farouk, he's not going to get a gold Rolex.
This is so troll.
He's going to get a special gift. There's only one man capable of leading the nation, and that's you. You're the greatest thing since the egg white omelet. Which I know is, from listening to Bruce Pritchard's podcast, is what Vince McMahon eats. That's it. You know, like for breakfast, that's his main thing. Egg white omelet.
It's healthy.
So, yeah.
Very healthy.
So it's a little.
I tried that once, but I was too.
Hey, Vince.
I was too lazy to only cook the egg
Keep
white.
doing.
Yeah, I was like, this sucks. I'm just cracking the yolk and put it in because you're trying to like crack the egg and like spin it so the yolk stays on one side of the shell and.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fuck this. I'm eating it all.
I mean, fucking scrambled.
Yeah, exactly. Looks white to me.
Yeah. So The Rock presents Farouk with his gift, and it's a big portrait of The Rock with the IC title. Which, pretty cool portrait.
Yeah.
Probably a good collectible item.
Yeah, I wonder who
Not
has
even a collectible item, but just something to have. Like, if you're a Rock fan, you'd want that poster.
Oh yeah, that's like a relic.
Like if we were doing the Rock Bottom, the career of Rocky Maivia, we would want to have that. Now, don't get any ideas, guys, because we're not doing the Rock Bottom wrestling podcast. Because the next time we do a show, it's a different era.
Different era. Out of the attitude into.
And that's the bottom line.
Glass break.
Yeah. All right, so Farouk takes that portrait, slams it down, which I thought was badass.
Yeah, it was.
But then from there you get Steve Blackman coming out.
Yeah, undefeated Steve Blackman.
Oh, undefeated. He's only been on Raw like 6 times, 5 times.
With his gi on. He does
Right.
he does karate.
So when I was watching, I was like, "This is kind of out of nowhere." Like, was this like bad timing? Did the segment run too long that he had to come out? So then it made me think of teaching and what I do. Like sometimes, yeah, your lesson takes longer than you thought. And then so be it. You just have to adjust. So they may have had that segment planned and it went too long. So like, fuck, we gotta send out Steve Blackman. Hey, it was just what we gotta do. You know, and if things change, then hey, things just change sometimes. And I know you had a teacher that I had a same teacher in high school. It's a Goy.
Oh yeah.
And you could get that guy to just go off topic. Whatever you wanted. Like I remember, and I'm sure it happened in your classes too, that we'd go into class from the start of it, like, oh, you're gonna bring up this, and I'll bring up this. And then you like almost get like no math done.
That was like the highlight. Not try like how can we get Mr. Goy not to let us do math? And then sometimes he'd know if he was in like a bad mood. And he's like, nah, like we're doing math today.
Oh, that's the same with me though. Like I know what the kids are doing.
Yeah.
Because I experienced it. I did it. I was a student that experienced that. So like there are days when let them fuck around with me because hey, we'll kill some time in class and I don't feel like fucking teaching. So
hey, the kids, you're conversating with the kids. They're learning from it. It's,
right.
It's engagement.
You're making
student engagement.
Right. It's engagement. You're making connections with the kids.
Yeah.
They're ultimately a lot of times they're gonna remember the bullshit that you talk about rather than the sole content. You know. Right now I'm teaching about India. They're not gonna remember the Indian caste system. Rather than me them a story about. I was kicked out of kindergarten. Like, oh, Mr. Pruitt was kicked out of kindergarten. I remember that, but I don't remember shit about the Indian culture. So, yeah. So I noticed that with this is that, in wrestling, things just change. You can't control everything. It's not always going to be perfect. And, that's a message for the internet listeners out there, and we are amongst those internet listeners, and we are even those people sometimes that complain that it's not always going to be perfect. You can't get everything right. You have a plan. The plans don't always work out, and you have to change shift. And sometimes when you change, people don't like when you change.
Yep.
So that happens here and there, and sometimes you just got to roll with the punches. So anyways, you get Farouk against Steve Blackman out of nowhere. And you have The Rock the whole time, though, on the outside, holding up the poster of The Rock. The Rock holding up his own poster. Then finally Farouk grabs it, and he's going to hit Steve Blackman with it. But The Rock hangs on to it and allows Blackman to roll up Farouk. So Blackman remains undefeated, and then you get that continuing tension between Farouk and The Rock. And I couldn't believe, looking back at this, how the hell long this lasted. All this drama between the two of them.
Yeah, it seemed like, I forgot how long it took the nation to finally kind of break itself. And split, which eventually what happens. The Rock kind of takes sole ownership, and Farouk is kind of left to kick rocks.
Yeah. All right, so I'll move on to another side note that I have. And if you have any side notes, just jump in.
Mm-hmm.
If you have one that I don't have, if you're noticing. But I was going to bring up the China video package. And I mentioned a little earlier that I feel like I didn't appreciate China at the time. That she's so involved in different segments throughout the past year, almost at this point. Like, a lot of cool shit, too. Just, like, choking people out and whipping Marlena around and getting involved with some male wrestlers.
Whipping her by the hair.
And then ultimately in the end here, the last thing, her major thing was getting stunned by Austin. So that kind of puts her right up there. Like, all right, if you're getting stunned by Austin, then you're a player now.
Yeah, especially when Mike Tyson's involved. So you've got all these eyes on it. And then people are... And China was an attraction in and of herself because she was such a big woman. Like she was. She was a physical... Right. She was beastly. Like she was in amazing shape. Like most men would die to be in the shape that she was in.
Oh yeah, she's bigger than fucking Brian Christopher.
Yeah, she'd fit in now. Like even the women's wrestlers now, like she's a monster.
She's bigger than them.
Yeah, like I can.
Bigger than all of them.
Yeah.
I mean Nia Jax, I guess.
Yeah.
And Tamina.
Yeah, but they're
That's
like they weren't. They're
but she's
big.
jacked.
Yeah, she's jacked. Yeah. She's in incredible shape. Like her workout regimen must have been just ridiculous. Like I'd like to know how much she could bench.
She taught Triple H how to be in shape. Probably.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Because at that time, he started, from the time he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, then he was this DX Triple H, he was beefing up a little bit, kind of like to put weight on.
Yep.
Like to become bigger.
But you see him getting bigger.
And he probably learned that. He probably learned that from her. It's like, hey, you got to put more weight. And then I'll teach you how to get it together.
Yep.
Not a conspiracy theory, but just, hey, it might make sense. Because they're on the road together all the time.
Yeah, and they were dating, weren't they? Weren't they like an item at this point?
I don't know if they were dating at that point, but soon, definitely. So, hey, China made Triple H. That's the bottom line.
And yeah, and you can see it since she's come around that Triple H's physique is getting better. Like he's working out more, he's leaning out, but he's leaning out, but he's also bulking up.
Well, not at that point. He's just bulking up at this point.
Yeah.
And he's gonna lean out over the next couple of years as he gets bigger. He's putting more weight on. All right, so that's China. Check out that video package of China. That is like, when she goes into the Hall of Fame, that's basically the package that you're going to see, plus some that goes on beyond this. But This video package is enough to be like, oh shit, she's the shit at this point as a woman. Now the next one is a fun one. The next side note is really a fun one, and that's Doc Hendricks. They have a little Doc Hendricks segment. It's Michael P.S. Hayes. But this is the first time on WWF television that they're revealing that, well, Doc Hendricks is Michael P.S. Hayes, the Freebird from the Fabulous Freebirds from WCCW, WCW, and even NWA during Jim Crockett days. And they play a video package, and it's the Bad Street, Atlanta, GA, and it's just showing him, like, as a wrestler, like, trying to put him over a little bit, like, hey, Doc Hendricks was a fucking wrestler, for you guys that don't know. A lot of people obviously knew, but this is a time where some people may have not known, or newer fans of that time didn't know who the hell he was other than, well, Doc Hendricks. And he went out there, he made his way out to the ring. He's going down to the Bad Street music like he's Michael P.S. Hayes again. And then Kane comes out. And as Kane has been doing, week after week, or bi-weekly at this point, he comes down and he's choke slamming and tombstoning somebody on his road to WrestleMania. He's constantly doing that, just to spread the fear.
Yeah, he's building himself up as a dominating force, and just chokeslamming the shit out of people is a great way to do that.
Yeah, so they're building up Kane at this point, but I more so wanted to bring this up because of Michael P.S. Hayes and Doc Hendricks, and the fact that that song, Bad Street, Atlanta, GA, is fucking awesome. And we're going to play it at the end of this episode. So when we get through the whole ending, listen to the end and listen to Bad Street, Atlanta, GA.
And they're all going to
love it. Street in the whole USA. What were you going to say, JB?
I said, and everyone's going to enjoy it. Period.
Oh, well, definitely. All right, so you want to move on to the next episode here?
Yeah, I just want to hit one. I got one side note here. So, in a shocker, because Legion of Doom has kind of been struggling lately, it's like they've kind of lost their identity. So I believe it's right to kick off the show. They actually lose, right? I think they lose to the Quebecers.
Yes.
Which
they struggle against Quebecers. Yep.
Yeah, because I think they have like another side angle going on with New Age Outlaws. Because I can't read my typing here, because it's definitely not NOD. I wrote NOD and I'm like, no, it can't be NOD. It was NAO. It had to be the New Age Outlaws.
New Age Outlaws.
You had like this iconic tag team, and they're just kind of like falling off. Which I think this is eventually leads into like Sonny managing them, or is that later down the road? I think that's this year though.
It comes soon.
Yeah,
it comes soon. Yep.
So they're kind of like building the Legion of Doom, even though they're losing. They're kind of setting them up for like a fresh repackage in a sense. So.
Yeah. Well, they're also building to like a potential split between them.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen.
Which we'll get to.
Right.
Yeah. They allude to it for a while. But then it turns into LOD 2000.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like, oh, they weren't getting along, but now it's the year 2000 almost, so...
Y2K.
They're going to be buddies.
Y2K.
And we got them a girl to team with.
Because once again, they have nothing better to do with Sonny.
Yeah. Nothing.
But yeah, that's all I had. We can move on to what looks to be another Raw Saturday night.
I think it's another Raw Saturday night, but like I said with the last episode, who knows what the hell the date was. During the episode, they say it's Raw Saturday night, but then on the web, on the network, it says it's a Monday night episode. Like the date is a Monday. So I don't know for sure, and I don't remember for sure, but it's not a whole lot here. It's Raw 248, regardless. Maybe it was Saturday, maybe it was Monday. Could have been February 23rd, or it could have been February 28th. But it's from Waco, Texas, and I know it was recorded and taped on February 17th of 1998. And the first thing that happens in regards to our man, Stone Cold Steve Austin, is that Paul Bearer and Kane, or more so Paul Bearer, is going to challenge Stone Cold Steve Austin to a match. So Kane's going to come out during a Taka Michinoku match with Barry Windham. Big Barry Windham against light heavyweight Taka Michinoku. Makes a lot of sense, I guess. And
this guy's on Raw every week, Taka Michinoku. He gets like legitimate time. It seems like every time I'm rewatching these Raws to get prepped for episodes, like this guy's on all the time.
For like 8-minute segments.
Yeah, like I didn't realize like how all in they were on Taka Michinoku. Like I forgot all about
They were pushing him.
Yeah.
So Kane does us all a favor and gives the tombstone to Taka. And then Paul Bearer says that Stone Cold is the only WWF superstar that they're interested in because they beat Vader and they beat whoever the fuck else and Taka Michinoku. So he says, Stone Cold, if you got the guts next week, you will step in the ring and look Kane in the eyes. So we got a little challenge to Stone Cold. So that's really the extent of Stone Cold. And then there's a nice video package, which is Stone Cold's Road to WrestleMania. And that's 4 minutes long. We're not going to play it for you, but it's pretty cool to look at. Take a look. It's at 1 hour, 14 minutes, 58 seconds. So again, 1 hour, 14 minutes, 58 seconds, and it goes for about 4 minutes until 108:18. And it's a nice recap. It even goes back to him at the King of the Ring.
Yep.
Austin 316 just kicked your ass. And then it builds up from there. Leads us where he's at right now with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it captures the highs and lows,
HBK.
basically, leading up to the point we're at now. So,
Yep, so pretty damn cool.
In
Take a look at it.
The audio clips from JR within the video package kind of really capture Stone Cold. So, it really brings out the package. You know, the clip overlays they have for JR. So,
yeah, I even told JV before we started recording that, like, the first half of this could be like our entrance music to the episode.
Yeah,
to every episode. Is that it's just like JR. All the best JR quotes over Stone Cold's music. It's like, we don't even have to do production on it. Just fucking take that and we'll play that.
It's a Jim Ross soundboard, basically.
Yeah, it's awesome. So take a listen to that. Now, we do have some side notes. Not many side notes, but a couple that I wanted to point out first was that we had New Age Outlaws against LOD, and you had just brought up on the last episode of Raw that there was this little skirmish between them. And you had, ultimately what happens is, I had more Earl Hebner sucks notes, is what I wrote down. You had a Doomsday device that was hit on Road Dogg. Earl Hebner doesn't even cover. He doesn't even go to make a cover. Instead, he yells at Hawk for being in the ring, which never happened before. That move has been happening for years. Doomsday device. You have Animal holding the guy on his shoulders. Hawk goes off the top rope, gives the clothesline. Then Animal generally just covers because he's the closest guy to the body. And either Hawk will roll out or he'll just go to the side of the ring. But in this case, during this tag team title match, Earl Hebner is going to not go for the cover and he's going to yell at Hawk. What the fuck?
Yeah, stupid.
When does this ever happen? Never.
Because that's what tag teams do. Tag teams do moves together in the fucking ring.
So how about all the times that the Hart Foundation did the heart attack? And
yeah, exactly.
Anvil was still in the ring. Or Anvil took the cover and Bret Hart was still in the ring after the clothesline in the heart attack. Or Demolition when Axe gives Axe gives the elbow drop and Smash gives the cover, but Axe is still in the ring. You're going to just look at the guy that gave the drop and tell him to get out of the ring instead of making the cover? That never happened before. Ever. Yeah.
Lazy it's like, bastard. He didn't want to count. He didn't want to get down on the mat and count.
I mean, I'm blaming Earl Hebner because I'm sick of Earl Hebner and his bullshit, and he's always involved in this bullshit. But we know it's just like the fact that wrestling fans don't fucking pay attention to anything.
So, yeah, now we're paying special attention to Earl Hebner. We just notice everything he does is just pretty shitty.
And I guess there's a point that, you know, the bookers, whoever booked this match, be like, yeah, they're not going to notice. They're just going to go along with whatever we wrote for this. But now looking back at it, it's like, what the fuck? We do notice.
Yeah, we're not nuggets, man.
Yeah. And surely people like Meltzer, and I didn't read his report on this, but people like him, not necessarily him, but other people that were following it closely to criticize and shit on the product at the time would have noticed something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened there in that match, which was a bullshit thing. So LOD gets pissed at each other at the end of that, and that's leading to their potential break, and it even leads to a WWF magazine that has them split like it's Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty being split. It's like, are the LOD broken up?
And they don't have their face paint on, right? They're like face paintless on the cover of the magazine. Yeah.
Yep, like it's all serious.
Yeah.
Which is almost like the same thing that happened before the Rockers breakup, is they had a big article, like a centerfold article, of other Rockers splitting up. And I remember having that magazine, reading that. I was like, no way, they're not breaking up. And then, like, a couple weeks later on Superstars, Shawn Michaels kicked Marty Jannetty and then threw him through the window. which was the coolest badass thing at the time.
Was.
That was the hardcore of the hardcorest thing.
Yeah.
That happened in 1991, late 1991. Like, wow, cool.
This rules.
And then I liked Shawn Michaels after that. I was like, oh, cool, badass.
Yeah, I didn't like Marty Jannetty like immediately. I was like, pussy.
No, I didn't like mine. Yeah, exactly. You got your ass beat.
Yeah.
Then when he came back, it's like, you're wearing the same outfit. You suck.
Yeah. Freshen up.
Why don't you get some new? Yeah. Why don't you come out like a badass and challenge him?
Yeah.
Stop being a pussy.
You didn't get the memo. The Rockers are dead now. Put your fucking tassels away.
All right, so I guess that's about it.
No,
Actually,
I didn't have any side notes for this one.
Oh no, I got one more.
Okay.
It's not much, but it's Shawn Michaels. So, which pertains to where we're going, the road to WrestleMania.
Okay.
So Shawn Michaels is at home in San Antonio, Texas. There's a little brief interview with him, and the one thing that I have to note from it is he's like hanging out in like a bar area of his house, I guess. And he has him, Triple H, just China, and I guess Shawn Michaels' wife or girlfriend, whoever it was at the time. And they pan to the camera pans over to China. He's like, "Hey, Steve." Did you pick that up?
No.
Did you get that?
No.
No. Yeah, it's funny. It's just she just looks over, looking like China. Hey, Steve.
I didn't catch that. I did catch your next side note though, because that was awesome.
Oh, the gold.
Dusty Dust with the fake scars on his arm and shit. That was just it. It's so ridiculous, and he comes out with the mic and he's talking like him. Like, what the hell did his dad think when he saw that?
He's probably trying to shit on his dad.
Yeah, he had like he had like pillows under him or something to make him look fatter. But I thought the craziest part, which I don't remember catching this, back 21 years ago, were like the fake scars he had on like the side of his arm and his face, like his dad has, like the scar tissue.
Yeah, because he probably didn't remember Dusty Rhodes having it at the time.
No,
look back at Dusty Rhodes stuff after.
No, so I watched that now because unfortunately as Dusty Rhodes got older before he passed, you kind of saw a lot of that scar tissue as, your body breaks down as you get older, your skin gets loose and all that shit. So scar tissue tends to show, becomes more prevalent.
Right.
So seeing that Dusty Dust, so stupid, had the had the shit on was just so good, and he's talking like him, and it was just like just another awesome Goldust segment. Yeah,
we've been talking about it for like a few weeks. These different Goldust segments, just
everything Dustin Rhodes touches is
just
gold. Yeah, I didn't realize it then. I was like, this guy's a freak. Because I was fucking 13.
Right.
But
and he does
actually,
have a memorable line that I have here. He says, "Stardust doesn't compare to Goldust."
Oh.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
Because people had called Dusty Rhodes Stardust before.
Yep.
But then we know that Stardust became Cody Rhodes became Stardust.
Yep.
So, nice little tie in there. And then lastly, I have it there, so I'll just mention it real quickly. Steve Blackman hits The Rock with nunchucks, gets a pinfall victory. So Steve Blackman beats The Rock.
Fucking nunchucks.
Steve Blackman.
So 90s.
Yeah, nunchucks. Steve Blackman is undefeated at the point, so whatever.
Nunchucks. Those rule.
Yeah. Nunchucks. Just fun to say nunchucks, I guess.
Yeah, it's cool to even read. Just seeing it spelled out. Like, that's a badass. Like, I want nunchucks. Next video game I play, they need to put nunchucks in it.
Hey, you gotta play a Ninja Turtles game, I guess.
Yeah, right. Ninja Turtles, the arcade game.
That game was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so now moving on to Raw 249, and this is finally fucking Monday Night Raw.
Live again.
I guess. Live from March 2nd, 1998, and this is coming from Cleveland, Ohio, and boy, this Cleveland, Ohio crowd is fucking the biggest attitude crowd up to this point. Huge crowd. Crazy crowd. Signs all over the place. This is like the epitome of Raw with signs all over the place. So, job, Cleveland, on March 2nd, 1998. They're using now the scratch logo in the entrance of the walkway. Previously, it was just a curtain. But now they have a little walkway underneath Titantron, and it has the WWF scratch logo for the first time. I want to point that out. So now this brings us to the opening promo. It's going to happen about 5 minutes into the show. So it's the 5-minute, 46-second mark. It's going to go for about 5 minutes. And it's DX, along with Austin eventually. It has to do with Kane, because Kane and Austin have a match later tonight. So we're going to play about half of that promo. Then we'll talk about it. So take a listen, and we'll be right back.
Right here tonight, the road to WrestleMania officially begins. It goes like this. WrestleMania is now X-rated. So parents, get your children's permission to watch, because discretion is advised, but will be completely ignored. Which leads me to you, Owen Hart. You've been dancing around the WWF with my European title. Well, your run is about to come to a screeching halt. Owen, I'm gonna go through you like a hot knife through butter. And speaking of hot knives, ladies, I've got a utensil that I'm sure you'd all kill to get in your drawers. I love that stuff. From Owen Hart to Iron Mike Tyson. Iron Mike, when you and your posse make it to the Gun Arena tonight, Generation X is gonna make you an offer that you cannot and will not refuse. But Mike, in case for one reason or another you make the wrong decision, you will never ever forget Degeneration X, and that's a promise. WrestleMania 14. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Will challenge the #1 man in the World Wrestling Federation. He will take on the showstopper, the icon, the main event, the World Wrestling Federation champion, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. And at WrestleMania 14, I will show the world that the toughest SOB in the World Wrestling Federation is not tough enough to take on the Heartbreak Kid. Austin, I showed you once how close you would get to the World Wrestling Federation Championship. So what I want you to do is lace up your dancing boots, because tonight, Stone Cold Steve Austin, you will boogie to the sounds of sweet chin music, courtesy of HBK. So what I want you to do, Austin, is shine up that chrome dome of yours so that the Heartbreak Kid can crack it like an egg.
All right, so Triple H starts this off with saying, this is the beginning, or the road to WrestleMania officially begins here, which to me is like, okay, I guess that's okay. It's the beginning of March, so now it's starting, but it's been going on for a while.
Oh, yeah.
The road to WrestleMania started at Royal Rumble with Cold Stone's my man.
Yeah, Stone Cold's my man. The Valiant Brothers.
Boy, I see my team now.
Nikolai Volkov.
Never call for me. Iron Sheik, they were my boys.
Andre the Giant. I don't even think he says that, but.
No. Swing up shit. The U.S. Express, Mike Rotunda.
I want all of my audiobooks. Not that I ever listen to audiobooks, but if I ever did, I'd want Mike Tyson to read them all. Every one. Like Clifford the Big Red Dog or something. I don't know. Just anything. He'd nail it.
Clifford the Big Red Dog.
He should be the new Morgan Freeman in movies. When Morgan Freeman eventually passes, it should be Mike Tyson.
Be like the Tale of Two Cities. It was the worst of times. It was the best of times. George Dickens.
Hey, you know what? I want a Shawshank Redemption movie with him as the narrator the whole time.
Morgan Freeman. That shit would be gold. That'd be good shit.
Yeah, it would. I think we just need to make that. Probably get mad views on YouTube, and then get a cease and desist. But we could sleep well at night knowing we made our contribution to the internet.
Hell yeah. Alright, so Triple H says the road to WrestleMania has officially begun. And I like this quote. And I thought it was a mistake at first, but then he goes on to say it a couple times. He says, parents, get your children's permission to watch.
Yeah, I thought he said it wrong too.
But he goes on to say it over the next couple of weeks.
Okay, all right.
That's why I realized, alright, he meant to say that. Which is funny, it's like, the kids are in charge, motherfucker. Yeah. They know what's up. You don't know what's cool. Listen to your kids.
Kids know.
And he gives a good line. And he starts it off. He's talking about Owen Hart. He's doing his little promo because he has a match with Owen Hart for the European title, the shitty-ass European title at WrestleMania. So he's getting his little time here.
Yep. And
he likes to put in his little sexual innuendo type jokes at this point. So he's saying, I got a utensil, and you're to kill to get in your drawers.
His sex puns are just uncanny. He's just relentless with them every week. But you know, at this point, because if you pay attention to Triple H, which I'm sure everyone has, just like the few episodes ago, and you know the audio and stuff, he doesn't sound as confident. He almost sounds like he's talking in stereo. But now, over these few episodes, he's got like a stronger voice. He's like a lot more confident in what, you know, whatever joke he's gonna tell and stuff.
Yeah, because it's almost like he's thinking of these things on his own now.
Yeah, yep. He doesn't sound
where
scripted.
It's not all scripted for him. And that's the key.
Yeah.
You know, modern day wrestling, that's, I mean, not to continue on a little rants, little side rants with shit on modern day wrestling is,
but
let people come up with their own things. That's how they shine.
I was actually, on a side note, I was listening to the Jericho podcast, and he had Jerry Lawler and JR on, and it was, he actually recorded it during the Jericho cruise, or whatever that wrestling cruise was that he did, and he finally released it, and it's actually a really good interview, and Jim Ross just basically the whole time is just taking every dig he can at WWE as far as what their current problems are, not outright saying it, but just like tongue-in-cheek tongue-in-cheek comments that are shots at the current state of wrestling and how things are done behind the stage, and how everything's kind of how you can't just build wrestlers in Orlando. He even makes that comment, and he says things got to happen organically. Yeah, he takes some serious shots.
Well, that's very true.
No, everything he says though is true. Like, he sounds bitter, but it's like, is he bitter or is he telling the truth? And it's like, there's a lot more truth to it. It's a mixture of both, but the truth is the truth.
Well, just think of any workplace. Your workplace, my workplace.
Oh, yeah.
The people that do the best job are the ones that they end up just being themselves and do their job. And
yep.
If they have success, you can't deny them. You can't shut them down.
Yep. And
people should have the freedom to just be who they are. When people don't have the freedom to be who they are, then they're pigeonholed and they suck.
Yep.
Because they can't do their job the way they want to do it. And then either they're going to have to just kowtow to it and follow along and suck and just be a company man, or they're going to just get fired. So,
yep.
I don't know. It's just, like I said, you guys have heard throughout this episode, previous episodes, I'm a teacher. Teachers have different styles. The kids ultimately decide what they like, and your personality comes out. If they like your personality and what you do in the classroom, they're going to like it, they're going to enjoy it, and you're going to get through your career. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have a good personality, it's not going to work. The kids are going to think you suck, and the word's going to spread, and you're going to get fired.
Yep.
So it's the same way in any workplace. So from there, HBK is going to make Tyson an offer that he can't refuse or will not refuse, and the crowd pops huge once they hear Stone Cold Steve Austin's name, because at this point, Austin hasn't been on the show, and they're waiting for him. This is a live crowd. Like I said before, they got the signs like crazy, and his name's being mentioned for the first time, so they're just popping off. So, signs are nuts. There's a shit ton of them. JV, what do you have to say about the signs?
There was, I think the shittiest sign in the whole crowd, because, I did a little scan. There's, China, will you marry me? Not original. Rip it up, throw it in the trash, try again.
Why is it not original at that time?
Because I think marry me signs suck. I think they're terrible. I think it just shows lack of creativity. It's like, there's so-and-so, you marry me? Like, come on.
Well, I thought it was original being that it was China, because who the fuck wanted to marry China? In my mind, at the time, who the hell wanted to marry China?
Yeah, that's what makes it suck even more.
I guess.
I didn't like that sign. And it was cheesy. It was just like black marker. It's like, I don't know. That's what you came with, dude. That's what you brought to Cleveland. See, what do you expect? That's why Cleveland doesn't have the Cleveland Browns in 1998. But as far as the highlight sign, as a South Park fan, there's a Cartman 316 sign, so it's Cartman dressed up as Stone Cold, and that always fucking wins. It's a great sign.
Oh, you're going to see a bunch of those over the next few weeks.
Yeah, and I'll always love it.
Just keep going.
Yeah, but
sometimes
there is
long sleeve, sometimes short sleeve.
yeah. And I think an honorable mention I would give, there's a Terminator, the half Stone Cold, half Cyborg, which is actually well done from an artistic standpoint.
Yeah, that was really good.
From talent, that's an A+.
That guy took his fucking time.
Hell yeah. He probably would have been so pissed if they ripped it up at the door. Imagine that.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, if anybody just ripped it out, that guy would have kicked someone's ass, hopefully. Yeah. If you could kick somebody's ass, he's kicking somebody's ass.
If he was capable of kicking someone's ass, he would.
Otherwise, what an asshole that ripped it up.
Otherwise, haha, you lost your sign, you little bitch. You ain't being allowed in here. Give me that. Throw it in the trash. It'd be heartbreaking.
All right, so to wrap up this segment, you have a nice little quote here, which Shawn Michaels kind of sets up the end of this show, which we'll get to, obviously. And he says, Steve Austin, you will be moving to the sounds of sweet chin music. So basically, he's letting him on notice that you're taking sweet chin music by the end of this night.
Yeah, he says,
so that's how we set up the night.
Yeah, lace up your dancing boots. You're going to boogie. Boogie. He used the words boogie. He's the Heartbreak Kid, and he used the words boogie. You're going to boogie to the sounds of sweet chin music. Oof. Dude, try again.
You got a boogie.
Yeah, like I bet you wish you had a mulligan on that. You chose boogie. Boogie. Yeah, just a shitty word. Nobody boogies. Hey, want a boogie? No. Is there cocaine and disco involved? Then you don't want a boogie.
Is it 1977?
Yeah.
We're not boogieing. So from there, the boogieing continues. And Austin's going to make his way out to say, I ain't fucking boogieing. So Austin's music hits, and we'll play his segment for you right now, and then we'll boogie about it right after that.
Well, yes, sir, there he is. Business is picking up already here tonight. Stone Cold showing absolutely no fear.
God's ready for him. Perhaps a preview of the championship match at Wrestle. Wait a minute.
Well, obviously that is Kane's music. Austin is in the ring. DX has left. Oh my! Whoa! Austin standing in the ring alone, and I can guarantee you the rattlesnake is not going anywhere.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, you won't have to worry about WrestleMania. This very evening, you'll cross the bridge to eternity, and Kane will send you straight to hell.
Wow.
Paul Bearer not mixing any words. The confrontation with Paul Bearer and Stone Cold Steve Austin is yet to come here tonight. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, I'll tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. What?
The biggest bunch of BS I ever heard. The lights go out, and Shawn Michaels hauls his ass up there. Let's deal with the present right now. Someone get me a hot dog and a cold beer, because Steve Austin is going to whip Kane's ass tonight. And it don't matter if he turns the lights out, on, off. It really don't matter, because I'll beat his ass in the dark. Bring a flashlight. Do whatever you got to do, Jim. You're making me sick. Kane ain't got a damn chance because the WWF has jerked the damn carpet out from under Steve Austin for too long, and Kane ain't going to do a damn thing because I'm going to WrestleMania, and I'm going to take the belt from Shawn Michaels. Now going on to WrestleMania, the little Mike Tyson thing, special referee enforcer. He's here tonight, and if he wants to put a set of gloves on, I'll knock his damn lights out too. This is completely pathetic. Lights go on, off. Kane shows up. I'm supposed to be scared. Well, I ain't. Stone Cold's time is shut up. Stone Cold's time has come. In the dark or in the lights, you're looking at the next WWF champion, whether anybody likes it or not. And that's the bottom line. You know why?
Yes, I do.
You're damn right, because Stone Cold said so. You piece of trash.
Oh. Well, we understand Austin said whatever the hell he wanted to say, I reckon.
All right, so Steve Austin comes out at the 10-minute, 41-second mark, and he's coming out with shirt number 5. Number 5, the one I talked about on last week's episode, the Stone Cold University shirt.
Sucks.
SCU, class of 316. And as I said last week, that shirt sucks.
Yeah, it's the most boring shirt he's ever had.
But it's so like prominent too, because if you look back at some of the segments that he's in with it, it's like fuck, he was wearing that shirt.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Should have been
too.
wearing Austin 316.
Like, or the one he wore a cool shirt in Raw 247, which we covered at the start of this episode. He has an awesome shirt with like it's just his eyes.
Stone Cold shirt.
Yeah, with just his eyes.
Stone Cold with the eyes.
Yeah.
That shirt lasted like 2 weeks.
And that shirt
before
rules.
They came out with. Yeah.
S.
And on the back it said, like, 100% pure whoop ass.
Yeah.
And they go to this stupid Stone Cold University shirt.
Just stupid.
Just a couple weeks later. It's like every live show, they had a new shirt for him, basically. Every time there was a new Raw, live, they had a new shirt.
Yep.
That seems like the trend at this point. So, what I liked about this is the lights go out because Kane music hits.
Yep.
And Austin, Austin's a badass, so he's supposed to... Is he going to get by this shitty music? So, the idea is that Kane's going to face Austin later in the night. DX scatters like a bunch of pussies. And then Stone Cold's like, what the fuck's this shit? He's like, yeah, he gets Stone Cold a cold one and a hot dog because I'm going to kick Kane's ass. It doesn't matter if he turns the lights on, turns the lights off. Give me a fucking flashlight. I'm going to take him on. I'll do whatever it takes. But I just love that, though. Give me a flashlight. Give me a flashlight, then.
I thought of
like turn the lights on, turn the lights off.
I picture like a mag light. Like a little keychain mag light.
Mag light. We picture him like a cop with it up above his forehead. Like, searching around.
Where are the drugs, eh?
So then ultimately he goes on, the lights turn back on. He goes up to the desk, pushes Cole, like Cole's ass right out of his seat, just tosses him. For no reason. Just like, hey, get the fuck out of here.
Because he's Michael Cole.
And then he takes JR's hat. Takes JR's hat, puts it on. If Tyson wants a pair of gloves, I'll put on a pair of gloves and I'll knock him out too. It's just cool. He's just being constantly badass. Like, you almost start to believe, like, Stone Cold kicked Mike Tyson's ass.
Yeah, I believed it.
If you don't know Mike Tyson,
yeah. I was
in the wrestling world, you start to think
that Stone Cold could beat up Mike Tyson.
Oh, if Stone Cold gives him a stunner,
He's that guy.
Kicks him in the nuts by surprise.
All he can do is punch.
He ain't getting up from that.
All he does is punch.
He doesn't know how to move.
Yeah. He don't know how to wrestle.
All right, so this brings us to this episode's pretty much main event here, and that is the Tyson segment. You want to give it away right now before we even lead them into the promo?
What do you mean, give it away?
Promo's about. They know what's it.
Yeah, I think they know what's coming, but.
All right. Tyson joins DX.
Spoiler
Let me
alert.
premise it with McMahon starts off his introduction to Mike Tyson here. He's going to bring out Mike Tyson, who's finally back. He's live again here, Cleveland, Ohio. And he's going to introduce Mike Tyson as the baddest man on the planet.
Triggered.
Which, in the last live encounter, what did Austin tell Mike Tyson, JV? I am the world's toughest
son of a
bitch.
Yeah.
Right.
You caught me off guard there, man.
Sorry. I was trying to say you, whatever. Fine.
And I struck out.
That's all right.
Should have put the T a little higher.
That's all. The last time they have a live encounter, Stone Cold's kind of setting it as like, I'm the world's toughest son of a bitch. I'm the shit. So now you have McMahon introducing Mike Tyson he's the baddest man on the planet. So baddest man on the planet versus the world's toughest son of a bitch. Kind of a play off the same thing. So that might lead to something in a little while. So take a listen to the rest of that little promo we have here where it's ultimately going to lead to what you know. Mike Tyson joins DX, but here's how it goes down. Take a listen.
No doubt. All hell broke loose. Oh, yeah. We expect no less than that right here tonight, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome...
Here we go. Hey, come on, Cleveland. It's not Art Modell.
Would you please give a warm Cleveland welcome?
What?
present to you the enforcer for the WWF Championship matchup at WrestleMania. And unquestionably, the baddest man on the planet, Iron Mike Tyson!
Red winners, pocket fillers. Do my thing for this cash, I'm getting asses women. What's my name and how a playboy living? They'll tell you I'm in the Mustangs, Rovers and Hummers, rock trucks in the winter, drop tops in the summer. Pretty girls surround me, got a chick down in Maui. Mommy got that taking bounce like Downey. Know a chick out in Scottsdale to sip cocktails. Email naked flicks, dog, she fine as hell. My homies banged out like it's still 88. See, we ain't small timing, we grinding that way. You can see me in LA like the Brewers pursuing this.
Well, that's a pair to draw to right there, huh, McMahon and Tyson? Tell me about it.
If we get right down to some business here, question is, are you going to be the enforcer, or is somebody like Stone Cold Steve Austin going to enforce his own rules in this matchup at WrestleMania? That's the question. Unquestionably, a lot's going to be answered at WrestleMania. No doubt about it.
Listen to these people. I don't think Tyson can
Have a
even
little
hear
respect,
McMahon.
please. Thank you. That's what it's all about, is respect, and indeed respect it will be in the matchup at WrestleMania. With you, the enforcer, Mr. Tyson, who do you believe will win the match?
Break it down.
Uh-oh! Here we go, JR! Well, I don't like the looks of this, and obviously every WWF official in the house is trying to get between DX and Mike Tyson. Well, you can line them all up. Sergeant Slaughter and all of them, they're not going to stop DX from coming in the ring and doing what they want to do. Look at Tyson. He ain't backing up. Man, you just lost control.
Mike Tyson, my name is not Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I want to make things real clear to you, Mike. We are not out here to disrespect you like Steve Austin did. That's not the Generation X's style. But what our style is, Mike, is to call people out face to face. So Iron Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet, my name is the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, the World Wrestling Federation champion. And what I'm doing right now is treating you like a man. But make no mistake about it, Mike, I am calling your ass out right now, right here. Boy!
Whoa! Man, oh
Here we go!
man.
You want to do it? Let's do it right now.
Here we go!
You get your people out of here, I'll get my people out of here, and you and me will handle this man to man.
Shawn Michaels, can you say Mitch Green? Shawn Michaels and Mike Tyson are fixing to tie it up. Shawn, this may be a big mistake. Oh, here we go! And, well, I'll tell you, don't try to stop it, JR. The world wants to see this. Look at McMahon's out. McMahon's going nuts, but he's out of the ring. He sees WrestleMania slipping right through his fingers. Well, this is not sanctioned. Oh, here we go, look! Uh-oh. Michaels has got a... Well, he's got some courage. He's right in Tyson's face. Tyson wants him to throw the first punch. Here goes. Here goes. Wait a minute. What? What the hell? What in the hell is that? Look at that. Good God. Don't tell me that Mike Tyson has joined Degeneration X. He's got the Sports Center moment I was looking for.
Look at this crowd there. These people are stunned. They only thought they hated Mike Tyson a few minutes ago.
For those of you that don't know, the Heartbreak Kid is the man that runs this show.
Man, oh man, the WWF champion, and there's the Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I think McMahon might ought to go try to explain this to Stone Cold Steve Austin. What do you think's going through Austin's mind right now?
Tyson's got a hefty contract to be the enforcer at WrestleMania. But how in the world could he be fair and objective if he's a member of DX? I mean, hell.
All right, so you had Vince McMahon, the baddest man on the planet.
So convincing.
And then the crowd went fucking boo all over Mike Tyson, which is such a testament to Mike Tyson not being over like Stone Cold. Stone Cold is the man.
Yep.
Oh, even though Mike Tyson's this great star, he's already in the position as Austin's enemy. And because he's Austin's enemy, the crowd is like, fuck Tyson. Which is ultimately like, if you're running the company, if you're Vince McMahon, it's like, shit, that sucks. We can't have him be like that. So the best thing to do is to make Tyson a heel. You need Tyson to be the heel now. You can't let the crowd be booing somebody that you want them to cheer, so turn them heel.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be nice if they used that logic today?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
If they're being booed, make them a fucking heel. So that's what they did here. They're going to turn him heel because the crowd doesn't like him. And because Austin is the babyface. So you can't be promoting somebody as a babyface when he's not. When he's totally against the main babyface.
Mm-hmm.
So Cleveland crowd knew. Props to Cleveland. They're undoubtedly one of the best crowds in the United States, just like Boston, just like Chicago, just like Philly. Those are like the top few crowds, in my opinion. To this day, they let WWF know, you fucked up. You fucked up.
I love that shit.
So anyway, you have the Cleveland crowd. They're booing them. You got on the network. There's a shitty. I can't even say shitty because I don't even know if it's really shitty. But there's this rap song that plays for Tyson's entrance, and it's like dubbed over, so you know it's not the song that was originally played. I couldn't find any of the original recordings, and my grandmother threw out all my VHS tapes a long time ago of recording all these, so I don't have them anymore because I was like, yeah, I don't need that shit anymore. Fucking whatever. Keep them in the basement. Yeah, and now they're all changed, so none of the shit's the real shit. So I was trying to find it, and I couldn't, and I even put in the lyrics, tried to search on Google, like, certain lyrics, like, I've been down since 88, and whatever. It's like, I couldn't find it. I searched, like, a bunch of lyrics. There's, like, no results. I tried to Shazam the damn thing, which I use the app, Shazam app.
Yeah.
Where you can just play it, and then it links to the song. It's like, no results. Like, what the fuck song is this then? So, anyway, whatever song they use was a song that doesn't really exist, I guess. It was something over it, so if anybody knows what song was actually played when Tyson came out, we would like to know. And again, it's another outreach moment to our bottom line wrestling cast listeners. We know you listen. We see the numbers, and thank you very much.
We know you're real.
But talk to us. But talk to us, please. Give us a word if you know anything.
Freaking
help us out.
Tweet me a period. I don't even care at this point.
Just say, hey, I like you guys. So yeah, there was that. I was like, what the hell song is that? JV, did you ever hear that song before?
Hell no, it's awful though.
Did you see it in my notes?
Yeah. That's why I went back to listen to it. I saw that in your notes.
Alright, so regardless of this song, you had to come out. He's got his little Kangol hat on. He has yellow tinted glasses like his Gorilla Monsoon.
So 90s.
Yeah. Always 90s, yeah. Always so 90s. And of course, it is the 90s, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It just brings you back. So you have Vince McMahon. He's going to ask him, his first question to Mike Tyson is, who do you think will win this match? And Mike Tyson doesn't get much off. He says something, but I couldn't make it out. And then the DX music hits. And then DX comes out, and everybody's out there. And HBK is going to bring up, well, I'm not Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm Mike Tyson. My name is the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, the WWF champion. And I'm calling your ass right out here now, boy.
Boy.
I mean, Shawn Michaels is a pretty big guy, decent sized guy, 6'1", 6'2". But his voice doesn't fit his body. Like
no,
his voice is like should be like Kevin Nash's voice. He's got that strong, tough, hard voice. It is intimidating, so I get it why he emphasizes it, and it works, especially because he's a big dickhead and asshole.
Yeah, in real life, at this point at least.
Yeah, so he's all intimidating. What you want to do? Let's do it now. That's the response. Let's do it now.
And he's swearing the whole time. I think I can read his lips say "motherfucker" like 8 times.
Does he?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's what I have in my notes. Tyson says "motherfucker" like 100 times. Laugh out loud.
When? When does he say that?
He doesn't say it though. You can see because the
no, but where? Like
when he's like walking up to him.
Oh.
Like in the ring.
Before he says, "You want to do it? Let's do it right now."
I think after that, they're like jawing at
after
each
that.
other. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because like Cold Stone's my man, that line sticks out to me.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it? Let's do it right now.
But this one I was just like lip reading because you can't hear him say it. But you could, as he's jawing, you can see him like just read his lips. Yeah, motherfucker, and he says that.
Probably called him a faggot too.
He probably said that too. I just thought of that when I said that. Like I should have looked for that because he loves that word.
Yep.
What's he saying?
So
the promo to some fan or something, and he's like, "You're not bad enough to fuck with me. I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot."
Yep. What was that from? I forget. Shit. That's not a wrestling thing.
No, that was a boxing thing. Like a press conference. I think he was like telling like a reporter, "You a bitch, you scared. I'll fuck you."
Yeah. I was
like, "I'll fuck you in your ass." It's so fucked up.
Oh man.
So good.
I said
so entertaining. If you're not easily offended, of course.
Right. If you grew up in a certain time, you get it, but
yeah.
Hey. Even if you live now, you get it. You're just afraid to say anything.
Yeah, if you can look past like the vulgarities and like the the homophobic context of it all, it's actually kind of I don't know. It's wild.
Oh. Sometimes you just need to look at things in context, time and place.
Yeah. Just how crazy it is. It's laughable. It's ludicrous. That's why it's funny.
Right. Well, I'm not saying it. Yeah. Well, things are comedic. Whatever. All right. So, fuck where we at. Oh, sorry.
My bad. So I interrupted him. Mike Tyson just said "motherfucker" 100 times. And so basically at this point the cards are really
No, I said boy.
Yeah.
No, I said you want to do it right now. All right, sorry. All right, so now you have Tyson's telling HBK, punch me. And just getting into his face, and like JV was just saying, he's like, "Come on, motherfucker, whatever," and a bunch of other stuff he might have been saying. And Shawn Michaels grabs him by the chest, grabs him by his collar, and it kind of looks like Shawn Michaels is afraid to punch him. He's like, "Oh, should I do this? I'm afraid." And it's like Mike Tyson's like, "Yeah, try it, motherfucker. And then Shawn Michaels just rips the shirt, and then it exposes the DX shirt. Sleeves are cut. Good move because then you wouldn't see the other sleeves hanging out the other side of the other shirt.
Yep. I caught that little...
and then you get the DX music, and then you get a shitty-ass grin from Mike Tyson flexing. With his, like, gold tooth and missing teeth or whatever.
Like he's in Mortal Kombat flexing.
Yeah.
Like he just did a fatality.
Which is fucking memorable moment, though.
Big
just, again, it's like, this whole run from January to WrestleMania is some of the greatest shit in Raw history up to that point. And gonna continue beyond that point, too. Just great shit. Mike Tyson, come on. How's it get better than that?
It doesn't. Spoiler alert.
Not much. No. So, it continues on. You got, which is even funnier, you got HBK and Triple H, and Mike Tyson's all pumped up, and you have, the whole time beyond that point, you just have Triple H and HBK just, like, pointing at Tyson's dick. You know, we get it. It's like the crotch chops, yes, but they're just, like, single-handedly pointing at the dick. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Like,
they could loosen up a little.
Yeah, like, do your own crotch chops. Why are you pointing at his dick? Did you not teach him to do that?
Is he learning on the fly?
Yes. Right. So, from there it goes on. And you get Michael Cole gets an interview with Tyson, and like a real quick one. Triple H just jumps in and he speaks with Tyson. And it's almost like Tyson's a little kid, like he doesn't even know what to say. He's just happy to be with these wrestlers. It's like, oh yeah, it's like Ross Sammartino. Now I love Triple H. And Shawn Michaels, my boy. HBK's a big up and comer.
Exactly.
And just watching him, because it's the same era. I thought this was funny because I used to watch on Entertainment, Entertainment back in the 90s, the late 90s, like 98. It was the Howard Stern show used to have the show on at that point on E. And Beetlejuice was always on there.
Yeah, he was.
Beetlejuice, baby. The man, baby. Beetlejuice, what? And it reminds me of Mike Tyson. It's Beetlejuice. Like, he's so excited that he's with these superstars. It's always like when Beetlejuice was next to superstars or important people in entertainment that he would always just be like so excited. So Mike Tyson reminded me of Beetlejuice, baby. Anyway, so if you don't know who Beetlejuice is, check out Howard Stern Beetlejuice. Hilarious shit.
Yeah, you have to. If you don't know who he is, that's a must do. This week, immediately after this episode, Google him and watch a video of Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show.
Beetlejuice, baby. The man.
I like when him and Hank used to go at it.
Oh, there was one great Beetlejuice clip that I used to watch, or listen to rather, because it wasn't even a video. It was Who. Howard Stern would set up Beetlejuice with Who comments over and over again. Like, it would be like Howard Stern would be like, hey, Beetlejuice, what's your favorite TV show? Who? Huh? Who? No, not Who. I fucked that up. It's me. Howard Stern would say, me. Say, hey, Beetlejuice, what's your favorite TV show? Me? Beetlejuice would be like, me? My favorite TV show is Monday Night Raw. Oh, what's your favorite color? Blue. Me? Me? My favorite color is orange. Oh, Beetlejuice. Do you like Stone Cold Steve Austin? Me? Me? I don't even know who me is. You don't even know who me is. So you gotta check that one out. It's the me. Beetlejuice, me. Beetlejuice, me. Howard Stern. And the people listening, you might not know what the fuck I was talking about, but listen and you'll fucking laugh your ass off.
Yeah, you'll thank us.
And that's the bottom line. So now, back to Raw. Back to Raw 249 from March 2nd, 1998. This brings us to what is supposed to be a main event, which of course would not be a main event because it's Stone Cold Steve Austin involved, and it's Kane versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. So this happens at the 1 hour, 15-minute mark, 46 seconds. And Stone Cold's music hits. He comes out. Triple H is standing on the side of the ramp. Steve Austin's like, hey, what the fuck you doing here? So he walks over to Triple H, and then he turns around, and bam! Sweet Chin music. From HBK.
Yep.
And that's exactly what Shawn Michaels had said early in the night, that you'd be dancing, or what was it? It was
Boogie.
Boogieing.
Boogie to the sounds of Sweet Chin music.
Boogieing to the sounds of Sweet Chin music. And he meant it. So there it was. So Austin got his ass knocked out. Austin is ripped shit. He's going to head to the backstage after. And they go to commercial break. There's no match. It's all done. And basically what happens here is that it sets up just Kane and Undertaker confrontation, which is pretty cool because we need that build-up to that match because Undertaker hasn't been back. So the Undertaker comes back. They do the 10 bell tones. And the Undertaker finally comes back, and Paul Bearer's like, oh, this can't be him. It's not him. So Undertaker comes out of the coffin. Lightning bolt strikes the coffin, which I thought was pretty cool.
No, it was.
Then
I remember that happening.
Yep. And Undertaker then challenges Kane to WrestleMania, and then you have that big match all set up. So pretty cool. Was there any side notes that you wanted to mention?
No side notes, but I just want to comment on the booking. So even though the Kane and Stone Cold match didn't happen, it was a great booking decision because at this point, WWF is trying to put as much heat and, not heat, but put as much adversity on Stone Cold as they can. So at this point, he's every week he's just becoming more and more of a sympathetic figure. So he's looking more and more vulnerable, which obviously sets up for the Great Swerve, which we'll cover in next week's episode. So,
all right, yeah, that's good stuff. Man, looking at the side notes now, there are a couple things I like to bring up.
Sure.
Real quickly, is that we have more of the New Age Outlaws. They got attacked last week, which we didn't mention in the side notes previously. Is that they were attacked in their cars by Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie out of nowhere when they were trying to pull out of the arena, and Cactus hit the car with a baseball bat, and they backed up into a BFI dumpster. And this week's episode, they show the New Age Outlaw cam, and it shows like an inside look, like shows from their perspective of them getting attacked. And they come out with neck braces on this episode, acting like they were very injured. It's like, you weren't injured, you were in the car, and you drove off. So how the hell you got neck braces on? So I thought that was a good little heel move there. Pretty funny with the whole build-up to their match at WrestleMania. New Age Outlaws against Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie. And then you had another one, Owen Hart versus Mark Henry for the European Championship. Chyna comes out, and she's just trying to distract Owen Hart because Owen Hart is going up against H. So she's trying to intimidate him, which is cool. Again, like we were saying with Chyna, is that she's coming out as being like the intimidator. She's the woman.
The enforcer. She's like the new Diesel.
Right. Yeah. So, that's the thing there. And then the last thing is Double J makes a return. So we had Jeff Jarrett as part of the NWA, and then previous week he had told Jim Cornette that he's done with the NWA, and this week he comes back as Double J, J-E, double F, J-A, double R-E, double T, Jeff Jarrett with the old do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, with the sunglasses, the glowing glasses.
Yeah, with the sunglasses, the lights, and he's doing the strut. So he's got that 95 ring attire back. He's brought, and Robert Fuller, he used to be Colonel Robert Parker, who's now Tennessee Lee.
T-E-double-N.
So just nostalgic purposes. Yeah, right. He's even a double whatever. T-E-double-N, E-double-S, E-double-E, L-double-E. Tennessee Elite.
So stupid.
Right. But I just thought it was pretty cool because I liked that original Double J from '95.
I liked it better than
and then also the fact that
NWA Resurgence garbage that he was.
Yeah, definitely. But then also, like, if you're following along with recent wrestling, Double J's back. So I was like, yeah, it's Double J again. Made a few returns. And then there was this last one. Jennifer Flowers is going to be at WrestleMania. Who gives a fuck? Well,
hey, that was pop culture then.
Yep,
that's
a big deal. Culture.
Is it pop culture or political culture, really?
Yeah,
culture. She was a Bill whole culture. Yeah, we'll end it there. Definitely whole culture.
All right, so this brings us to the final Raw that we're covering this week, which is Raw 250, March 9th, 1998, from Wheeling, West Virginia. This is recorded on March 3rd, so the day after the Cleveland episode. And we start off with a DX promo, and there's not a whole lot to talk about, but I think it's good for us to play for the build-up to WrestleMania. So take a listen to that.
Wow, a shocking week last week. What is going to happen tonight?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of D-Generation X's Pre-WrestleMania Showdown. As always, this week's show is stamped X-rated. So parents, get your children's permission, because as always, discretion is advised, but once again, will be completely ignored. Owen Hart, last week, China got inside that itty-bitty little head of yours. Well, this week, China might just take it to a more physical level. That is, of course, if she wants to, Owen. Now, before we bring you your main event, the showstopper, the icon who unfortunately cannot be with us tonight.
Wow, what?
Before we bring him to you, let's take a look at a little footage from last week. There's Steve Austin. Whammo! Oh, that's gonna leave a stain. There it is again. Bam! Let's take another look at that. Here it comes. Boom! Austin once again laid out. Oh my God! That's the greatest thing of all time.
That has got to leave a mark. I'm telling you. Hey, Hunter. Hi, China, sweetie pie. I appreciate you two showing this in my absence, of course. The WWF champion, as you can see, has prior commitments. Let's review last week, shall we? I mean, it'll be fun. First of all, the Generation X and the Heartbreak Kid acquire the greatest commodity in the world today. Iron Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet, is now a part of the Generation X. You know, my train of thought is just like, what does that do exactly to the Vegas odds, you know? He's special enforcer at WrestleMania. I sort of got a, you know, in my, anyway. The best part, most enjoyable moment for the Heartbreak Kid is when I went out and did exactly what I told the world that I was gonna do. I was gonna make Steve Austin eat one half of my Lucchese boot. I put it up beside his face with a little sweet chin music, just like I said I was going to. And the baddest SOB in the World Wrestling Federation found out that he is like everybody else when it comes to the Heartbreak Kid. You go down, chump change, whether you like it or not. Now, I know tonight you're going to come out all mad, full of piss and vinegar, and you're going to drop everybody and you're going to beat everybody up. Well, guess what, Stone Cold? The reason I got that belt is because I've already done that. You haven't shown me anything new. As far as I'm concerned, Austin, you are a fad, and I am what is always going to be the World Wrestling Federation. I'm the Heartbreak Kid, the World Wrestling Federation champion. And at WrestleMania, I am not going to step down from where I have worked so hard to get, not to you, not to anybody. At WrestleMania, Austin, I'm going to treat you the way I treat everybody. I've told you once, I have told you 1,000 times. I don't lay down for anybody. And Steve, I'm not doing it for you. I'm gonna knock you down and drag you out. And walk out, the icon, the showstopper, the main event, and most importantly, the World Wrestling Federation champion. Guaranteed.
Break it down.
All right, so again, you have Triple H starting things off with like kind of brief Owen Hart discussion. He's going to talk about Owen Hart a little bit, just to bring him up, which is kind of lame because Owen Hart's not really getting much mic time at all to talk about his role in this match. It's kind of just like Triple H shitting on him all the time, considering he's the Nugget. He's getting shit on.
That's kind of his role.
Yeah, and Owen Hart never gets to lash out about Triple H, so it's not a double-sided feud. Kind of sucks, but it is giving him mic time. Because now he's already one of the chosen boys, it seems like. Anyway. So, AAA is... AAA. What the fuck am I talking about, AAA?
AAA. You got a flat tire,
You
bro?
get my car fixed. I did have a flat tire. Because the fucking air sucks and it's so cold, so it always... Yeah.
Because balls deflate, rubber deflates.
Yeah.
Air deflates when it's cold. End rant.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe! So Triple H is out there. Actually, he's out there on his own. And Triple H is replaying the Sweet Chin music from HBK from last week. He's just playing it over and over and over and over again. And HBK is not supposed to be in the arena. He's apparently not in the arena. And if you listen to previous episodes when I've said that kind of thing, that means somebody is in the arena. And HBK has sent a video, and he's gloating about how Mike Tyson joined DX. He's gloating about the Sweet Chin music, and it looks like he's sitting in like a fucking cafeteria, like a high school cafeteria, like in one of those just like double-sided benches. Do you recall that? Well, he's got his fucking cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
Which now he's in a cowboy hat stage.
Yep. Which he takes off.
We get it. Yeah, he takes that off. But he's like lounging at like a break room, someone's break room or cafeteria. He's like, obviously I'm not here in Wheeling, West Virginia. All right, whatever. So we got that. So they're building up to WrestleMania, and they're just getting the best of Stone Cold over and over again. So Stone Cold's going to be obviously pissed at this point. You know, he just keeps getting kicked in the fucking chin.
Yep.
He's ripped shit.
Yes, he's getting kicked in the face a lot.
Over and over again. Not only was he kicked in the chin for the past couple of weeks, he got tied up in the ropes and got the belt smashed in his face previously. He got his ass tossed down by Mike Tyson. Stone Cold's pissed. So, he's going to do what any rational person would do. He's going to take over the damn show. He's going to put Raw hostage. So let's get into it. Austin's going to take the show hostage. And we're going to break this into a couple of parts because it's a pretty long segment. They tried to make it seem like it was longer than it was. And I remember it being longer than it actually was. I thought he took the show over. But it was only like 10 minutes. So we'll play the first half of it, which is about a 5-minute segment. And take a listen, and then we'll talk about it.
Stone Cold seems to be a grenade waiting to go off.
I know you didn't think I was going to be here, Jim, I just had a little truck out there. Everybody's showing video clips tonight. I stopped by the truck. I got a little video I've been watching all week long, and it's just got me a little bit pissed off. Last week, Vince McMahon comes out here and says, Mike Tyson, the baddest man, all this stuff on the planet, and it's getting a little old. So the guy back here in the truck, play the videotape for me so I can analyze it just one last time.
Well, I present to you the enforcer for the WWF Championship matchup at WrestleMania. And unquestionably, the baddest man on the planet.
Oh, go ahead and wind it back one more time. Unquestionably, hit it one more time before I come out there and burn your little truck up.
Austin's putting himself into a frenzy.
The baddest man on the planet.
That's enough. As far as I'm concerned, that's a slap in the face. You're insulting Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's just the way I see it. If you think he's insulting Stone Cold Steve Austin, give me a hell yeah. Damn right. So the way I figure it, Monday Night Raw is about 2 hours long, and I'm prepared, get up. I'm prepared to sit in this damn ring for 2 hours until Vince McMahon comes out here and we get this mess straight. Vince, go ahead and get your sorry ass out of here because Stone Cold ain't going nowhere. Does anybody have a cold beer for Steve Austin? Well, bring one out here because I ain't going nowhere. Come on out, Vince. You yellow bastard, I know you're back there.
Come on. Steve, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Sit your little cowboy ass before I come out there, stomp a mud hole in you and walk it dry because you know I will.
He's trying to help. I think he means it, JR.
Come on out here, Vince. I ain't going nowhere, son. If I have to come back here, I'll drag a cameraman and drag you down.
There's Gerald Briscoe and Jack Lanza. I don't think that's what a Stone
Please
Cold
tell
had in mind.
me you want me to come back there with you. Step your ass in the ring and I'm going to stomp your teeth in. You're a jackass, but you ain't that dumb, are you? I don't give a rat's ass who you are. No, get in. Go ahead and get in there.
Just like last night in Buffalo, he's almost daring a WWF official to fight.
You better go back there and get Vince McMahon because the show ain't going on until he gets his sorry ass out here.
Well, I tell you what, we've got some great matches scheduled, and this is certainly holding up all the proceedings here tonight. We apologize for that.
Faster than that.
JR, he snapped. But in their eyes, he can do no wrong. He's serious. He's going to sit right here and wait for Vince. How long do we got to wait?
Here comes the commissioner.
Please tell me this is a rib. Get your ass up there and bring Vince McMahon down. And that's in order, jackass. I don't give a damn who you are. You can't tell me nothing. You ain't gonna make me do nothing. What, are you gonna suspend me? You gonna fire me? Hell, son, WrestleMania's right around the corner. You ain't gonna do nothing to Steve Austin.
Austin is irrational.
Get out of here and bring Vince McMahon. I'm getting tired of waiting. If he don't come down here in about 30 seconds, I'm going to come back down. Well, I'll beat your ass first, then I'll beat his back there.
He's kind of got the office by the short hairs.
You're the only one. You won't listen to me. You won't listen to the commissioner. You don't listen to JR. Vince, you're the only one he's going to listen to. We got gotta get him out.
Well, quite frankly, Austin doesn't seem to be in a very healthy state of mind. Folks, I think what we have here, in essence, we've got a hostage situation. Austin is holding us all hostage right here.
Welcome back to Raw for 3 minutes. This man has not moved. The crowd still chanting his name. Austin continues to hold Raw, the USA Networks, TSN, Sky TV, Star TV, everybody hostage.
You come out here, you ain't got no mace, you ain't got no pepper spray. Better than that, you ain't got no guns, so you ain't gonna do a damn bit of good. Especially you, Pops. I'll knock your other 2 teeth right out of your damn head.
WWF official Pat Patterson and some of the security trying to reason with Stone Cold.
Bring your walker over here and come on.
Stone Cold wants Vince McMahon.
I'll whip your ass. I don't care if you're 18 or you're 81, which is your case.
Vince McMahon is Stone Cold's ransom.
Well, the truck is screaming, we are heavy as hell.
Don't mean you're safe. Yeah, I'll knock your lights out. Shut up.
Well, obviously, Austin is not going to leave until he gets what he wants. And that's the owner of the WWF. Is this really about the way Vince introduced Mike Tyson? I don't know if it's about that exclusively. I think we should put the blame on Shawn Michaels' shoulders because it was Shawn Michaels and DX.
Man, I knew you were chicken, but I didn't think.
Well, folks, business is going to pick up here, and I don't know, this may be a big mistake. Austin does not need to make any more enemies. He's give the stunner to half the company.
All right, so you have Stone Cold Steve Austin from the start there. He's pissed off. He walks into the building. He's all geared up. He's got his camos on. He's got his hat on. He's walking out. He goes through the backstage area. He's just on a mission, and he doesn't go through the main backstage. He cuts right through. He goes around the ramp. Goes on the side. He has no music playing at all. He just goes right out to the ring, says, give me a damn mic. He's all about business at this point. This is badass Stone Cold Steve Austin. I love that. I just love that. When things need to be serious, you don't play fucking music when people walk out to the ring. You know, it's like on Raw today. Like, if something serious is going on, it's like, you going to play my music before? No, I'm pissed off. Let me just walk out. I'm pissed. Why are you going to play my music? Hey, play my music before I get out there. Fucking stupid. So this was awesome. He walks out there, no music. Nobody even knew he was showing up. Basically what it was like. So that was awesome. And if you want to check this out, this happens at the 42-minute mark and 36 seconds. I didn't mention that before. Okay, so it's out there. He's pissed off. And again, he's pissed off because of what I mentioned earlier, that Vince McMahon announced Mike Tyson previous week as the baddest man on the planet. So he has the truck play. He's like, hey, play that video again. And on the Titantron, he wants to analyze the video one more time because he's been listening to it over and over again, which is kind of similar to what he said about watching the pile driver from Owen Hart after SummerSlam. He came out, he wanted to see that again because he had been thinking about it weeks and had watched it numerous times.
Yep.
So it's almost very similar. Same kind of promo. So he's like, I want to play this again. I want to see it one more time. So play it in the truck. So they play it in the truck again. And it pisses him off even more, of course. And he said, if you think he's insulting Stone Cold Steve Austin, give me a hell yeah. So we get the hell yeah. And then he's pissed. He just wants to sit there. He wants Vince McMahon to come out and say, why are you insulting me? Why are you trying to say that? Mike Tyson's the baddest man on the planet. When I had said, I'm the world's toughest son of a bitch. So I'm prepared to sit in this ring all night long until Vince McMahon comes out. He sets up the chair. And then he starts to ask for the cold beer, which is cool. And he's calling Vince McMahon a yellow bastard, and I love that. I don't know what it is about the term yellow. Yeah, yellow.
Yeah, yellow.
Yeah, yellow bastard. Yeah, yellow buddy.
It's like a John Wayne shit.
Yeah, it's like John Wayne. I feel like I heard it in like The first time I heard it was Back to the Future Part 3, though. Like, Biff Buchanan, Biff Tannen. Mad Dog Tannen.
Yeah.
Mad Dog Tannen was in Part 3. What's the matter with you? You're yellow? And Marty McFly, he doesn't want to be called yellow. Just like, in the early ones, he doesn't want to be called chicken. So I knew from watching Part 1 and 2 that chicken had to mean yellow. So I knew that meant yellow meant chicken. That's how my 9-year-old mind works. It's like, correlation. Got it. Yellow means chicken.
Because chickens are yellow in, like, cartoons.
That's true, too.
I get it. I follow you.
I didn't even put that together. I was just like, all right. I was just going Marty McFly.
That's my 9-year-old brain.
It's Back to the Future logic to me. So Stone Cold says, "The yellow bastard ass out here." I feel like I'm sounding like The Rock. Would I say that?
You do sound like The Rock when you say that.
Get your candy ass out here. So anyway, JR is pleading with Austin. "So Cold, sit down. Stop it. Oh." And then Stone Cold's like, "Sit your little cowboy ass down before I stop a mud hole and you walk your dry." Which I thought was great because JR came up with the line. Stone Cold stopping a mud hole and was walking him dry. So then Austin just flipped it. It's like, "Hey, sit your ass down, little cowboy. I'll stop a mud hole in your ass."
Uses his own words as weapons.
Right. Fucking awesome. So then you got the officials come out, Blackjack Lanza, Jerry Briscoe. We're finally starting to see those guys come out more often, which is going to play a major role in months to come with the Stooges. So you have them come out, and Sergeant Slaughter eventually comes out. Austin's like, "Please tell me this is a rib. Get back there and tell Vince McMahon to get his ass out here. And that's in order, jackass." So he's still shitting on Sergeant Slaughter, which is perfect because he gave him the stunner weeks ago. Now he's just continuing to just pile on him. Like, yeah, beat it, buddy. I already kicked your ass. Get the fuck out of here.
Kick rocks, loser.
Yeah. So we got a hostage situation here. And then they go to commercial break. And then when they come back, Patterson comes out with like a crew of fucking delinquent security guards.
Fucking nursing home.
And Austin's like, "You ain't got no pepper spray, a gun, so you ain't doing anything. Especially you, Pops."
The old dude with
and it was this old guy within the group. Yeah, the old guy with the glasses. And you can, if you're watching, when he says, "You ain't doing shit, Pops," he kind of like smirks too, like,
"Hey,
he recognized me.
I'm involved in the show."
So you know it was like, he called him out, like, that was like on freestyle.
Yep.
And he laughed about it. So I love that. That was cool. Steve Austin always does that kind of shit. He just like wings it. Like if he can take advantage of something, he's just gonna call it out.
And that's when he's
so
at
that
his
was
best.
Cool. Oh yeah. So Vince McMahon is in the back. You have Dave Hebner, which is the better of the Hebners probably because you don't have to deal with him as much. And they're telling Vince McMahon not to come out. But Vince McMahon is going to make his way out. And that brings us now to the second part of this promo. So take a listen to it, and then we'll talk about it after that.
Hey, I told the world, Vince, I told the world I was the world's toughest son of a bitch. And Mike Tyson comes out here and you're following him around like a little puppy dog, doing jumping jacks, blowing smoke up his ass, and it makes me sick.
We apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
You've insulted me. Go ahead and get in the ring. Get in the damn ring.
This voracious crowd not helping matters any.
You shook the carpet out from under me. You pissed on me, and you've insulted me for the last time. Look me in the eyes and explain yourself. You tell me right now that I'm not the world's toughest son of a bitch. You're as guilty as Shawn Michaels is. All I was doing was backstage, and you're trying to provoke me. Well, that's exactly what you did. But as you can see, I am a little pissed off.
Steve. It was just a figure of speech. Baddest man on the planet is a figure of speech.
This is a figure of speech right here. How do you like it?
Oh, come on.
Again, we apologize, folks.
What? Shut up. Let's face it, Vince. You don't want to see me be the WWF champion, do you? Do you? I'm asking you a question. Let me ask you this, Vince. If you want me to be the WWF champion, give me a hell yeah. Are you going to give me a hell yeah?
You heard what they said?
I'm asking for you to give me the hell yeah, punk.
Enough of this.
No, you haven't. There ain't but one thing left for you and me.
Oh, boy.
Come on, Austin.
You've insulted me for the last time, Vince. It's you and me. It's Austin McMahon. I'm giving you the first shot, so give me your best shot, because if I hit you first, you're going to be laying on the damn mat in a heap.
This is
so
ridiculous.
Give me your best shot.
This is ridiculous.
Give me your best shot right there. Now go ahead and hit me. I'm not looking. Blindside me.
Austin's a heartbeat away
Show
from
some
exploding.
guts, you yellow bastard. Hit me.
Oh,
do
come
something.
on.
You going to hit me or not?
He is out of
what,
control.
What, you going to do, fire me? Hell no, you ain't going to fire Stone Cold. I'll give you 10 seconds. If you ain't going to hit me, just take your yellow, rotten, stinking carcass up that damn ramp and get out of my face, because I had about enough of you.
Austin's making a big mistake. He does not need more enemies. He is so indignant.
I think Vince might be his enemy already.
How embarrassing for the owner of this company.
Austin is
What are you
definitely
going to do about it?
line.
Find me? Either hit me or get your ass up.
Austin needs help.
If you want me to kick him square in his ass, give me a hell yeah. You better get your ass to stepping or it's going to happen. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah. You're damn right. Now get your ass up there. As far as Mike Tyson goes, there's safety in numbers, so the DX, shut up.
Pay for this.
DX, Mike Tyson, it don't really make a damn. It's all a big plan. You don't want Stone Cold the WWF champ. And as far as Hunter Hearst Helmsley goes, your ass is going to be here tonight. I really ain't got nothing to do with you, but it just happens to be you are in the wrong place at the wrong time. And as soon as you get your long, stringy-haired ass in this ring, Stone Cold's going to be here kicking you in your ass like that. Shawn Michaels, you might not be here tonight, but the next time you do show up, if it's Monday Night Raw or at WrestleMania, I ain't asking you to lay down. I'm going to keep knocking your ass down until you don't get up. 1, 2, 3, that damn belt is mine, and that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
Stone Cold has crossed the line.
What the odds could be against him, but he's not going down without a fight.
Austin is not going to leave this building. Oh, what else is...
All right, so after Vince McMahon makes his way out there, Austin is right on him right away. Tells him, you're following Mike Tyson around here like a puppy dog. You pissed on me, insulted me for the last time. So Austin's pissed off. And again, it goes back to, I'm the world's toughest son of a bitch, and Vince McMahon is, in his mind, mocking him by saying Tyson is the toughest man on the planet. So Vince is trying to calm him down and saying, hey, Steve, it's just a figure of speech. And then another classic moment. This is a figure of speech right here.
Yeah.
And it gives him the double birds right in the face. And then Vince McMahon's face is classic right after that.
Fuck my life face.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this? God damn it. And in the moment of seeing that, my thought was, Steve Austin is making Vince McMahon Mr. McMahon. He's causing all this.
Yep.
He's pushing Vince McMahon to the limit. Vince McMahon's trying to be the right business owner, trying to do things by the books, and trying not to yell at his employees. Stone Cold's just pushing him to that point where he's going to have to say, fuck you, I'm going to kick your ass in the ring one day, or you're going to kiss my ass, and all that kind of shit. So it's like Stone Cold's created Mr. McMahon. It's beginning here. And probably they weren't thinking that at the time, but it works.
Yep.
It's working. Stone Cold is creating the Mr. McMahon during this time by pushing him to the limit. So Austin continues to ask him, you don't want to see me as a WWF champion? Vince doesn't answer. And he asks the crowd to give me the hell yeah, all that bullshit. And they're like, yeah, oh yeah, of course they're going to say hell yeah. But Vince is like, oh, you heard them say it. You heard them say they want you to be the champion. Oh, I want to hear it from you. And Vince McMahon's like, I had enough of this. I'm all done. I'm all set. Well, there ain't no one left thing but to do. And Austin's challenger, man, punch me in the face. Give me your best shot. Why don't you give me a blind side? Come on, yellow bastard. Do something.
Yeah, really poking him here.
Right. And then he rips his suit jacket, which is the fucking ugliest suit jacket in the history of Vince McMahon wearing suit jackets.
Yeah, he took that off someone.
Well, he took it off somebody, but I'm pretty sure I remember from an episode of Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard that Vince McMahon, intentionally wore the shitty-ass jacket that they didn't like for this episode that he had in his closet. And was like, all right, I got to fucking get rid of this one. So rip this one. So, hey, pretty cool there. So, he gets embarrassed basically in the ring there. And he says, hell, son, you ain't going to fire me. You ain't going to hit me. So why don't you turn your ass around, just go back to the back, because I've had about enough of ya. I love that line, too. Had about enough of ya.
Yeah, just the way
I want to say that to some kid someday. Some of my students, I had about enough of ya. Well, you want to say that to anybody?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Say that to your wife someday, too. Why don't you turn around? I had about enough of ya.
I think I will.
He got that. He ultimately does just turn around, goes back walking away, tail beneath his legs, and just heads back. And Austin starts to talk about kicking Hunter's ass later in the night. They're supposed to have a match. Then he starts kicking the bottom rope like crazy. Like, I'm going to kick your ass, Hunter, and he just starts kicking the bottom rope.
All salty.
Which I thought was pretty funny. This is just going on nuts.
Yep.
Calls out his day. He says he's going to beat him 1, 2, 3 in the ring. And that's the bottom line. And then, there we go. It's over with. From there, you get that little interview. And it's Mike Tyson, right? So, prior to this interview with Mike Tyson, it's a little recap of what's been going on with Mike Tyson since the Royal Rumble, the whole build-up and all the big build-up. And that happens at 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 23 seconds. But we're just going to play you the interview portion. Mike Tyson has a little quick interview in the locker room with JR. So we'll play that for you right now. That's at the 1 hour, 27 minute, and 9 second mark. So take a listen to that.
You know, Mike, at the Royal Rumble, it looked like you were having a great time, and I know that you've been a WWF fan since you were a youngster, but what was your impression of coming to a live WWF event like the Royal Rumble? What kind of time did you have?
Well, that was most likely a dream come true. I always wanted to have some kind of participation, but I always hesitant to come down or else be in the audience because I was a little bit skeptical about how I would be treated.
The next night on Raw, talk about being treated somewhat disrespectfully, to say the least. What were your thoughts when you're standing in the ring with Vince McMahon He's about to make the biggest announcement in WWF history about your involvement at WrestleMania. And then here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin, gets right in your face, and obviously totally disrespected you. What was going through your mind at that point in time? Because I know that you, at that point, was a pretty big Steve Austin fan.
Exactly, but you know what I mean. I'm the former and future heavyweight champion of the world, and for him to disrespect me like that and just flip me off in front of millions of people, I'm not gonna take that from Steve Austin or anybody. And I just was appalled by the whole thing, and I just can't wait to get in there. And Steve pissed me off pretty bad. Yeah.
At the WrestleMania press conference, you were named the official enforcer of the WWF Championship match, the most important WWF Championship match in World Wrestling Federation history. But Mike, you've aligned yourself now with D-Generation X, and
DX.
DX. And my point is that how can you be fair as an official in the most important match in WWF history? How can you be fair with your association with Shawn Michaels? And these people use people. Did you know that?
Everyone used someone. Listen, tell me you haven't used someone to get where you at right now, somewhere in life? Give me a break. Get with the real world, man.
But do you think it's fair? Can you be a fair, impartial enforcer?
Hey, fair? Do you think Mike Tyson's been treated fair in his life? Do you think anybody care about me? You better get with the program, man. Fair is winning.
All right, so not very long there, but a couple cool things there that I like. The interview with JR, with Mike Tyson. The first line I really love, one of the first lines I took a note for was, "I'm the former and future heavyweight champion of the world." That's such a fucking badass quote. I'm the former and future heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, it definitely oozes confidence.
Yeah. And then, it's just that he felt disrespected, that he got flipped off by Stone Cold Steve Austin. Just like Stone Cold was saying, he felt disrespected that he got pushed in front of everybody. Mike Tyson's pointing out, hey, dude, you're the one that flipped me off in front of the whole world. I'm the fucking champion. I'm the guest here. You're flipping me off. You're not the champion. You've never been the world champion of anything. So, who the fuck you flipping off? I'm the champion here. So, sit the fuck down, buddy boy.
Yeah, know your role.
So, right, you can see Mike Tyson's point of view here. I'm not going to take that from anybody. So, Steve Austin pissed me off pretty bad. So, I was like, "Oh, why did you join DX?" Well, I like Stone Cold, or I like Cold Stone, but he pissed me off, so I don't like him anymore. It's simple as that. That's like reality in life. Oh, I used to like the person. Well, guess what? Now I don't like them because they act like an asshole to me. Right.
Treat me like shit.
So what's your question? And he even continues on, so it's cool with Mike Tyson, where he's like, "What do you not understand? Like, get with the real world here, man. Get with the real world." So, but before that, though, he's like, "Oh, as an enforcer, how can you be fair with your association with DX? They use people." So Tyson spins it as, "Oh, everybody uses people. Tell me you never used somebody to get where you are. Give me a break. Get with the real world, man."
With his puffy ass bomber jacket.
Yeah, it's a good jacket.
It looks expensive.
But that's a good point that he brings that up, because he's actually recognizing that JR is important in wrestling at that point.
Yeah.
He's the head of personal relations. So, like, one of the main people that Tyson's been dealing with, other than McMahon and Shane McMahon, is JR. Because JR is the one that would be getting him his money, basically. So he knows that JR is an important person. It's like, how'd you get where you are? Because you're an important person. You obviously did something to get where you are. So, good shit. So then JR continues, "Can you be fair?" Fair? Do you think Mike Tyson's been treated fair in his life? Fair is winning, which made no sense at the end.
It didn't.
So he has that. Fair is winning.
Don King told him that.
Fair is winning, I guess. Whatever the fuck that means. But, little insight into Tyson's life. Do you think Mike Tyson's been treated fair in his life? Hey, probably not. Nobody's been treated fair in
I
their
don't think
life.
so. He got taken advantage
fuck
of by
outta
a
here.
lot of people.
Yeah, whenever you have talent, you're taken advantage of.
Yep.
Yeah. And you're right. That was probably Don King's response to Mike Tyson saying that to him.
Mike Tyson.
If you win, I'll treat you fair.
Yeah, because fair is winning.
Fair is winning. You want to be treated fair, win. I'll give you money.
Give you money.
All right, so from there, show continues on. Not Mike Tyson. Steve Austin's going to come back out right at the end of the show. You have Triple H versus Savio Vega, and their match has been building up kind of throughout the night. But because Stone Cold is somebody you need to worry about because he's all pissed off, you got security officials and refs all around the ring like it's a lumberjack match. And Austin's going to come out. He doesn't care about everybody there. He's going to stun Briscoe. He stuns Mike Chioda. He stuns Savio Vega, of course. And then Shawn Michaels sneaks in again and gives Sweet Chin music. So now he's getting hit with the Sweet Chin music once again. So Triple H eventually runs out. He starts pounding on Austin. The show's going to go off the air as Michaels is about to hit Austin with the steel chair, and it looks like it's about to be a brutal chair shot, but you don't see any of it because the show's over. So that's about all I got. I don't have much for side notes. Do you have any side notes?
No, I don't.
No. Yeah, the only thing I really got is that next week it's going to be a St. Patrick's Day special, whatever the fuck. So that's what we're going to lead into next week, is that there's a Raw on a Tuesday. So it's like throughout February and March, Raw is not on ever on the day it's supposed to be on during 1998.
Damn dogs.
So let's go. So let's now go on to our recap, our warm-up. Oh, not a warm-up. Our ending here. The bottom line wrap-up. And we go to the house show rundown. And there's a lot of repeat shit, like always. But let's just get into it. Here is the house show rundown. On February 16th, 1998, you got Dallas, Texas. You had a dark match. This was during an episode of Raw. Austin and LOD defeated The Rock and the New Age Outlaws. Following night, February 17th, at Waco, Texas, on the next Raw taping, another dark match. Austin and Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack defeated The Rock and the New Age Outlaws. Then you had on February 21st, 1998, in Toronto, Austin defeated The Rock, who was a substitution for Triple H in a non-title match. Which actually went 9 minutes, which is a long time for Austin at that point. On February 22nd, 1998, in East Rutherford, New Jersey, Austin, Chainsaw, and Cactus defeated The Rock and the New Age Outlaws. You have a lot of those similar type matches. February 27th, 98, in Vancouver, Austin defeated Triple H with a stunner again. February 28th, 98, in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Austin, Cactus Jack, and Chainsaw defeated Triple H and New Age Outlaws. You get a lot of those Triple H and New Age Outlaws pairings at this point. And you know where that's leading to.
Yep.
On March 1st, 98, St. Paul, Minnesota, Austin defeats Triple H. So this is a time where we're building up to WrestleMania, and you think you'd be seeing some Shawn Michaels. We're getting the Triple H and Austin matches, which will go on to be a major staple going on for years to come. On March 2nd, in Cleveland, Ohio, where we had Raw, it was a dark match, and it was Austin, Cactus, and Chainsaw defeating Triple H and New Age Outlaws again. March 3rd, 98, Wheeling, West Virginia, another Raw taping. Austin, Cactus, Chainsaw, same thing. You had Triple H, this time with The Rock and Billy Gunn, so no full New Age Outlaws there. On March 6th, 98, you had Montreal, Quebec, Austin defeats Triple H. March 7th, 98, Detroit, Michigan, Austin versus Triple H. And then lastly, on March 8th, 1998, in Buffalo, Austin and Chainsaw teaming up against Triple H and Billy Gunn. And that's it. Ring the bell. Alright, so at this point, I would usually say, JV, any final thoughts? Oh, hey, we came up with a new little segment to do. So that's going to be our, oh, hell yeah, moment of the week. So, JV, hit that, oh, hell yeah.
How about that? We got sound effects now. So my oh, hell yeah moment of the week has to go to... it's tough, but I'm going to go with Mike Tyson revealing the DX shirt.
All right, cool.
Does it have to be a Stone
have the same
Cold?
one as me.
Oh, all right.
No, it doesn't have to be. It could be anything from what we cover.
Covered, okay. It's kind of hard not to pick that one.
Good. No, that is definitely a big one.
That was like
of the non-Stone Cold ones, that's probably the biggest of the non-Stone Cold ones.
Yep.
I stuck with a Stone Cold moment, and it was him taking Raw hostage. Hostage. All right.
Which would be my number 2 here, honestly. So
yeah. So definitely 2 big moments from this month. And getting ready for this episode, when last week we said, all right, we're just going to cover a few episodes of Raw, I didn't really know what we were going to be covering. I was like, shit, hopefully there's something there. Because our original plan was to go straight through to Mania, but that was just too much, as they had said earlier. So when we just broke it down to like 4 episodes, like, oh, hopefully there's some good shit to cover. Because sometimes Austin has weeks off. But we ended up with some good shit here. So, lucked out here. So that was our, oh, hell yeah moment. Thanks for JV for dropping in some sounds here.
Hey, up in the production game.
Yeah. All right, so now we move on to upcoming on the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast next week. This coming week, this Saturday, we're going to bring you a special edition episode that you guys voted on. And pretty good showing of voters. I was happy with the amount of voters. And pretty legit. It was pretty much between 2 matches. So those that voted were strongly for 2 of these matches. And one just kind of eked it out. And that was the Hollywood Blondes versus Ric Flair and Arn Anderson versus at the Clash of the Champions 23. I thought it was going to be the War Games match that won. I was looking forward to doing a War Games match.
That's what I voted for, too.
From the Wrestle War 92. But, I mean, when you see the names, Hollywood Blondes versus Ric Flair and Arn Anderson, how do you not vote for that? So,
exactly.
So, it is a good match. I just watched it a couple weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, and it'll be good to watch along with JV. Check that out. So we'll be doing that this week, and that'll be at you guys.
Big fan of the watch-alongs.
Oh yeah, huge fan.
Nobody's a bigger fan than me.
It's my favorite. It's the best there is. Best there was.
I made it. I negotiated it.
Bret Hart's line would have been perfect for him, for Donald Trump. I'm the best there is. The best there was. Best there will be. I guarantee it.
That'd be brilliant.
So we're bringing that to you February 16th, this Saturday. And then next week we'll be back with a regular episode, which will be episode 22. And the current working title is World Champion, which I think that's going to stick. Because our boy, Stone Cold Steve Austin, is going to win the World Championship at WrestleMania 14. So we're going to be covering the next 2 episodes of Raw and WrestleMania. And Stone Cold is going to take that gold. Stone Cold! Stone Cold! And then following that, continue on there, the following Saturday, on February 23rd, we'll have another special edition watch-along where we watch Austin versus HBK. I haven't watched it in a long time. And the things that I keep hearing from different podcasts that I listen to, the things that I read, is that it's not that good. And I remember it as being very good, maybe because of the hype of Stone Cold in my mind. But understanding that they're both kind of injured, it might make sense that it's not that good. But we'll see. See what we think when February 23rd comes around. JV, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I thought you were wrapping up.
Oh, I was wrapping up. Sorry, I thought you were gonna say something.
I didn't feel like I didn't feel like brought in to say anything there, so I was like, was I supposed to say something?
Right. Fuck it, whatever. We're not always spot on here.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on here. I got some plugs to give to our brother podcast, our friends of the show, and week after week we talk about Talking Taker. You know, Talking Taker is a show that's digging up the career of The Undertaker week after week, just like we do here on the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. But this week, they sent in a little message for our listeners, the listeners of the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. We don't have a name for you guys. They have a name for their fans on their show. They're called the Creatures of the Night. I guess I'll call you the Stunners.
Yeah, I like that.
You're the Stone Cold Stunners. Hey, the Stunners out there. But Talking Taker has a message for you guys to listen to hear a little bit about their show. So take a listen here.
Dead man walking.
Oh, hell yeah. What's up, Stone Cold fans? This is Alex Dorio, one of the hosts of Talking Taker. And along with my co-host and fellow creature of the night, Travis White, we are digging up the career of the dead man, one pay-per-view match at a time, on a podcast journey that's a lot like what you're listening to right now on the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. So if you're enjoying what Mike and JV are doing here, going through the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin, come check us out as we explore The Undertaker's 3 decades of destruction. We're right in the midst of the Biker Taker era right now, so you can jump right in or start over from the beginning and hear us discuss The Undertaker's side of the story from his many battles with the Rattlesnake, The Rock, Mankind, and more. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, YouTube, Spotify, and more. And you can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Talking Taker. Thanks to Mike and JV for letting us plug the show, and take her easy. What? I said take her easy.
All right, so thank you, Alex Dorio, for that nice message to our fans here. Hopefully, you guys out there will take a listen to Talking Taker. They do some kick-ass work and covering some good shit on the Undertaker's career. So take a listen this week. They'll be covering October of 2001. It's No Mercy. It's Undertaker versus Booker T. Undertaker versus Booker T. Come on. Good. Check that out. I also want to give a special shout out to Mike Mills in the Book in the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, which goes over the weekly updates of NWA, WCW Saturday Night, and Smoky Mountain Wrestling. So this week on the Saturday Night show, which they drop on Thursdays, ironic there, Saturday night, drop on Thursday night, it's October 31st, 1987. And they're gearing up for Starrcade 87, so it's a nice build-up there. So take a listen to that on this Thursday episode. That's tomorrow. And then on Sunday, they drop their Smoky Mountain Wrestling episode. That's July 23rd, 1994, which is episode 130. And you can find those episodes to check out previously before listening to them on YouTube. Just go to SNW7/23/94, episode 130. And you'll get that episode there. So, take a listen to Talking Taker and Booking the Territory. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, TuneIn, Google, TuneIn. We got more now. Radio Public. Now, with Radio Public, I really quickly want to just point out to you that if you want to listen to us on Radio Public, I know you got your preferences. You got iTunes, you got Stitcher, Spotify, all that other shit. Spotify, TuneIn, Google. Don't want to discriminate. But on Radio Public, if you want to help us out, the more you listen on Radio Public, we might get like 25 cents or 50 cents per listen. So it might add up to something. So we're not asking for money. Okay, we're not asking to buy T-shirts or to donate anything. Well, when I was putting our podcast feeds out there, this one site said, oh, well, we can have paid listeners. So I said, hey, what the hell not? So if you want to listen on Radio Public, we'll get some money in due time. So listen wherever the hell you want. Also, please follow us on Twitter.
What?
and on Facebook.
What?
You can follow me
What?
at MPRU83.
What?
Follow JV at John Van Damage.
What?
And follow us at the Bottom Line Cast.
Hey, before you leave, hey!
Alright guys, so thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. Again, our regular episode is going to be covering the next 2 Raws leading up to WrestleMania, and we'll cover the WrestleMania match and any side notes, of course, with WrestleMania. And we also have a special edition episode coming up this Saturday, the Hollywood Blondes versus Ric Flair and Arn Anderson from Clash of the Champions 23. And then the following week, on the next Saturday, we got the live watch-along of the HBK versus Steve Austin match from WrestleMania 14. So again, thank you guys for listening. See you next week. So long.
You don't wanna be at. This ain't no home sweet home. It's a home sweet misery. We knew when we got here, they tried to put us away. But when they seen us walk down the street, they ran the other way. Back Street, Atlanta, GA. Back Street in the whole USA. Back Street, nasty and hot. The further down the block you went, the better it got. Jump in, not to be the brow. Old lady McDuffie, she don't give the cops a call. She might as well call the Army or the United States Marines. Cause ain't nobody handle this bad street scene. Bad street, Atlanta, GA. Bad street in the whole USA. Bad street, nasty and hot. The further down I block you with the better it got. Folks keep home, and they thought that they were hot. They thought that they were nasty, couldn't make it down our block. But I'll never forget it, hearing that eminence driver say, someone should have told those boys about that street USA. So don't you come looking on the side there, cause this is where the free birds live and everything's going down. If you don't know by now, we always get our way. That's the way it is down here on Back Street, USA. Back Street, Atlanta, GA. Back Street in the whole USA. Back Street, nasty and high. So the kind of black you with the bad.